Whoops, I'm on the wrong thing. I meant to be on the IR tower concept. Hello and welcome to the IR Vault. A very well-organized stream that I'm running. I'm your host, Crimes Trzynski / Kristen Trzynski. I need you all to know that once or twice I have almost written Crimes Trzynski on actual documents before realizing it's not my name. So that's cool. Anyway.
Your name's not Crimes?
It isn't. That's actually not my name. My name is Kristen.
I've been lied to. My entire existence is false.
I know, crazy. I am joined by some friends. One of them has already spoken. Say hello, Juno.
Hello, Juno.
You didn't have to do it like that. Okay, we've got a Shiner here.
I'm here.
She's here. We've got a Queen Creeps.
But I don't want story, I only want snack.
Well, too fucking bad. We're doing story.
We're doing story, I guess.
We have held on to these vaults for a very long time. I kept various things a secret, and then the vaults got dust on them, and we're cracking open these fucking vaults. Also, here's Alex.
I guess I'm here too.
Alex is also here.
I guess I'm here too. I wrote a lot of these, and we'll see if I remember anything of what I did.
Oh god, I
3 years ago.
didn't remember any of it until I started reading it. So, even the ones that I did write, like what we were, and then like the Flux arc stuff that I wrote down, I'm like, oh, this! Wow, I have no memory of this place. Right. So, for those of you who, are just tuning in, I don't know, last week, we busted open the Internet Remix Vaults, because when IR first started, we'd all decided we were gonna do, like, a skit series based around, like, our internet personas based off of, like, I guess, like, I don't even know what, like, just MOTI folks having adventures, and everyone was gonna have, like, cool powers and shit, and we were gonna be an internet city, and it was gonna be so fucking neat, and we all thought it would be so cool, and we spent so much time trying to work out how to make this work, and so much time organizing, and scripts were written, and concepts were made, and there was a lot of character content, as you all heard over, 2.5 hours from last week's stream. There was so much fucking content. We worked very hard, and then we realized skits were really hard to do, and we did not have the manpower or the money. So we did Camp Streamix, and then we decided to just be a streaming channel. So these are relics of a bygone era. And we're just gonna go through all the various plot ideas we had and the couple of scripts that we wrote. Just so you guys all know, there were, like, it's not necessarily that it was planned to be 3 seasons, but it was just sort of a rough idea that there were gonna be seasons, and I've organized them into seasons for the sake of some semblance of, like, sense. Our visuals, there aren't a lot of visuals anymore, unfortunately, so you guys are gonna spend a lot of time staring at this lone IR tower concept. Woo!
Behold it in all its splendor.
So cool! Because I don't want to show you guys any of the actual scripts, because I know, like, some of the scripts has old stuff in there that we may be verbally editing around, so I don't want you guys to be seeing that. Just in case we find old shames. You know how it is. So you guys are gonna mostly be looking at this stuff for now. That's fine. I hope you guys are cool with that. Anyway, I guess let's get right into it. We had a couple of scripts, and I think we're just gonna read through those for you guys for fun. And by we wrote scripts, I mean Alex wrote this script.
Yeah. So we're doing the pilot first, right?
Yeah, pilot first.
Okay. So basically what happened with the pilot was, for a long time we were struggling to think, okay, we've written out the middle with every single one of our characters. How does this start? So this was like the 5th draft
Yes.
of what the pilot was going to be.
There were, I'm sorry, I just died having flashbacks to the writing meetings, and I feel like my soul just left my body. Remember, you know what, listen, DMP meetings are like really rough, but comparatively... Fuck. Yeah, so,
Yeah, so I can like talk more about it after I read this because like I feel like explaining my madness ahead of time might not work so well.
No, we should just do it. Let's just do it.
All right.
All right. So, we've got some characters in it who are not members of the IR crew. I added those because we had 20 people, and surely some of them could do voices that were not themselves. So we've got a self-proclaimed expert, a first commenter, and a quote-unquote Nigerian prince.
I will be first.
You will be first. Excellent.
I will be first.
I guess whoever wants to be the other roles can go ahead and claim them, because I am already in this as Alex and the narrator.
Expert.
Excellent.
Oh god.
Alright, Queen, you're the Nigerian prince.
Yay!
Yay. All right. Exterior, Internet City, day. Fade in. The scene opens to a ground level view of a massive cityscape, with buildings of various shapes and sizes, featuring logos resembling those of well-known YouTuber Twitch channels, social media sites, online services, etc. Cut to Alex in a zipped-up hoodie covering the Men on the Internet logo on his shirt, as he walks up to a semi-dilapidated house and knocks on the door. The self-proclaimed expert, in an unbuttoned shirt and jeans, yanks the door open.
What, outsider?
I saw an ad saying that for Punch Marine 9, they're teaming up with Palm Sizzle for some limited edition flavors. What's your fave?
Obviously, Tropical Marine Punch.
Great, thanks.
Of which the exact flavors used in the mix, as any true fan would know, are papaya, pineapple, banana, coconut, durian, and strawberry. Or at least they were back when Tropical Marine Punch Palm Sizzle was perfect, when the greatest game in the series, Punch Marine 3, was released. But you, being a fake fan, probably didn't know that, just like you don't know the length of Punch Marine's inseam.
Midway through, Alex determines he made a mistake engaging the expert in conversation and leaves, closing the door on the expert, who keeps talking regardless. Cut to Alex walking out of a store, a crate of Palm Sizzle Tropical Marine Punch energy drinks in hand, as he looks up at the cityscape described earlier. Internet City. I know, it's impressive. You can save your comments for late. Alex is interrupted as the scene goes grayscale, and a young woman in a button-up shirt and skirt leaps into frame.
First!
Son of a... Smash cut to the cityscape again, regular color restored. You can save your comments for later. For now, I'll just leave you with mine. And here's a bunch of narration. Oh boy! A web of glowing lines appears, stretching into the sky. The eponymous World Wide Web on which one surfs. This is my city, and there's no city in the world like it. Quick crossfade to Alex, unzipping his hoodie to show the MOI logo, on an energy surfboard, zipping across the web lines, the crate strapped on the back as he flies past various parts of the aforementioned Internet City. Basically, anything you can think of, we got it here. We got the broadcast towers of the Tube and Twitch districts. Alex flies past the Twitch and YouTube resembling towers, listening to the hustle and bustle from within. He passes a billboard advertising Palm Sizzle and its promotion with Punch Marine 9, the latest entry into the popular Punch Marine video game series about a Marine who punches people. Crossfade to a city square as Alex flies past even more screens displaying tweets, food and/or cat pictures, and relationship statuses. We got the social square, where people can share the greatest things they've ever thought or taken a picture of, rather than eat. Cut to another billboard, displaying someone taking a selfie with a bottle of Palm Sizzle. Speak of the devil. Crossfade to what appears to be a cross between a stock exchange and a bazaar. In the background, several tellers sit by screens, while the logos of various crowdfunding services. While at the front, merchants hawk their wares at stands with Amazon and Etsy-like color schemes. Then there's the banks and markets down the Amazon Trail, on PayPal Street. A middle-aged Alabama man, wearing a tank top and jeans, runs into the market, screaming and waving his arms.
I'm a Nigerian prince. Why me 10 million US dollars and I will...
Smash cut to Alex surfing by and uppercutting the Nigerian prince into the sky, sending them blasting off again. Crossfade to an impoverished neighborhood, littered with shitposts, barrel fires, and angry people. Then, you've got the image board slums, but honestly, what city doesn't? The Nigerian prince falls from the sky, landing in one of the burning barrels. Crossfade to a bird's eye view of the city, focusing on suburbs with colors resembling Tumblr and Reddit. Shots of people from different fandoms, furries, trolls, anime OCs, Punch Marine fans, etc. walk the streets, chatting with each other, and then there's something about a whole bunch of overlapping internet citizens. Let's try not to overlap, because that will drive the chat insane.
We got some
We just
palm
imagine-
sizzle in this hizzle!
Do you take chip coin?
I lost my place.
Okay, listen. We'll go me, Juno, Nat, Queen, Alex, okay?
Okay.
I swear
Okay.
I still hear music from the old MySpace district.
Matt?
Nat.
Nat is dead.
That is
Oh no.
Okay. Queen.
You like the new tux?
Yeah, but when's Punch Marine 10?
Okay, hear me out. What if it was a giant flaming octopus?
Ebook? More like Y-book.
Old man Norton keeps sounding alarms last time. La 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 la
Oh,
la
blah,
la!
blah, 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 blah.
I didn't exist back then.
Some say this city goes on forever. I'm inclined to agree. Any city worth its salt keeps growing as long as there are people. People from all walks of life, laughing, crying, playing, and working together to make a name for themselves and find a place where they belong. Zoom into the exterior of Internet Tower, where Alex touches down and unstraps the crate of palm sizzle from his surfboard before entering the front door. I got some palm sizzle! Interior, Internet Tower front lobby, afternoon. Cut to the interior lobby, where half of the Internet Remix team has set up a barricade of furniture and random objects, while the other half has set up a rival barricade, each side sporting paraphernalia representative of 2 different palm sizzle flavors while engaging in over-the-top faux warfare. Xander stands at the top of the left barricade, adorned with a flag displaying the logo for Palm Sizzle's Winter Slap flavor, while shooting foam bullets at the opposing side with a NERF, spelled not the trademarked way, gun, and shouting improvised declarations of victory for his flavor. Goggles stands atop the other barricade, toting a sign reading Everlasting Glory to Tropical Marine Punch, and shooting towards the other side with a Hyper Hydrator water gun. On Xander's side, Moon pumps his fists in the air with a bandana around his forehead and eye black beneath his eyes. Shiner rapidly throws various stuffed animals and other soft objects towards the opposing forces while screaming at the top of her lungs. And Dawn swings a buffer sword threateningly at the other side. Split stands near the back of his team looking on and shrugging at the situation playing out, while Phil wears a nurse's hat, serving as his side's field medic, and bandages up an embarrassed-looking Tom. Atlas contributes by making various rude gestures toward the other team, Walrus barks out words of encouragement while drinking tea, and Juno uses Juno spring arms to reach out and tickle opposing team members.
Ha! Juno,
I'm-
you were there!
Yeah, you were. You did exist!
You did exist.
Yeah. On Goggle's side, Brodingles takes shelter behind an upturned couch while taking notes, while Jojo, like Shiner, tosses various soft objects to the other side of the room while laughing hysterically. Uprising Attorney stands firm while testifying in favor of Tropical Marine Punch in a Phoenix Wright pose. Kemi wears inflatable boxing gloves and jabs at the enemy side. And Steel stands in place in evident boredom as Juno attempts to tickle him. Invidibit stands on an office chair looking dazed and confused as Darby, wearing a stethoscope, uses his barrier ability to keep her sheltered. Scott nervously offers Goggles a drink from an evident coffee run, and Radix proudly waves a Brazilian flag, screaming at the top of his lungs and having no clear idea of what exactly is going on.
If that doesn't sum him up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah!
And then there was a lot of improv.
And then there was the internet crew yelling at each other, laughing again.
Don't be a sap, drink winter slap.
Get palm sizzle in this hizzle.
I've got your tropical punch right here.
Just saying, the lemon flavor sucks.
Level me, bro. No, not you, bro.
1v1 me.
1v1.
Oh,
1v1 me, bro! No, not you, bro.
I'm sorry, guys.
Thanks, Courier New.
Thanks,
Mhm.
Courier New.
Yeah. The scene eventually cuts back to Alex as he stares at the spectacle playing out, looking rather unamused. And then there's these assholes. This is their story. The story of the scene goes grayscale once again, and the first commenter leaps into frame again.
First!
Oh, for fuck! Smash cut to the internet remix logo. Fade out, end scene, credits.
Yay!
Aww.
I love
Baby's
it so
first
much.
script.
Alright, so reading through this, I can remember kinda what my thought process was. Like, I actually modeled Internet City off of Haven City from Jak 2, because I was playing the Jak and Daxter series around that
Yeah,
time.
I love that game.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Jak and Dexter.
Jak and Daxter, it's a great game. Jak 2 was hard as nails, but I loved it regardless. And then, I believe the whole thing about, like, Punch Marine and Palm Sizzle and whatnot, I wanted to make absolutely sure we had, like, trends that were not copyrighted, so that we would not run into any issues. And also, it's kind of what Andrew Hussey wanted to do in Homestuck. Like, invent memes that the kids would spout at each other, rather than pull from other places in the internet, because otherwise they would get outdated. I say, having Reddit, Tumblr, and other things in here.
That please, those things will never die, I said, looking at Tumblr's slowly sinking ship.
We couldn't have known that Tumblr would ban 18+ content.
We couldn't have known.
We couldn't have known.
Yep. It's really, really good. Like, really, the one thing reading through the pilot, and this is the thing, this was me going, here's the problem. We would have had to draw so many cityscapes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because this was the best pilot we
Yes.
wrote out.
This one's the one that would have called for the least assets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
But when we couldn't do this, we kind of realized it wasn't gonna happen.
yeah, like, basically reading that pilot should give you an understanding of what happened. We came up with really cool ideas and then went,
Whoops. Like we can't do this
Yep.
physically.
But it's still really neat. The whole world's still really good, and I really like the Punch Sizzle thing so much.
Yeah, the concept's nice.
Yeah, it's really good. Are we good to move on to Xander's tour?
Zandyman tour.
Xand tour.
Alright, great. We're gonna have to have a lot of,
Oh my god.
God. Okay, so Goggles is in this one. Xander is in this a lot.
I believe Xander wrote this one, actually.
Did he?
Yeah, I remember Xander was on the writing team and was offering up stuff to write. Well, not stuff to write, because he was doing writing.
It's
But,
your
like-
file. It's your file, though.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, you're the one with the you're the owner.
I
feel-
have no idea why, because I don't remember writing this.
Maybe you made the file and Xander wrote the rest.
Yeah.
I believe so.
That makes sense. Okay, so I guess we'll just go through it, and people will jump in to pretend to be other IR members as necessary.
Oh, this is
Christ.
All right, so
Do you wanna be
obviously,
Xander, Alex?
I have been diagnosed as Xander.
Okay, cool. Congratulations. Who else is in here? Scott's in here.
yeah, Scott is here.
I will be Scott.
Okay. Let's see here. There's a computer voice.
I'm a computer.
Congratulations.
I'm
Let's see here. Cammy's in. Oh, Cammy's the one that is reading Intruder Alert.
I guess I'll be Cammy then.
Congratulations, you're Cammy.
Oh hell yeah!
There's Jordan screaming. Bro is in this one. And
I think there's a lot of you in this one.
Yeah, there's
Well,
a whole
there's-
bunch of.
There's actually a lot more people than I thought. You know what? We'll just roll with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll roll with it.
I'll do the narration part this time in an effort
Thank you.
to not have Alex have to read everything.
Thank you.
Interior, IR lobby, day. Carnage. The aftermath of the Palm Sizzle battle is evident everywhere. Surfaces are torn and stained with palm sizzle. Wreckage is strewn about the room, with various unconscious forms of IR members draped over them in dramatic fashion. Altogether, it's like a scene out of Saving Private Ryan. Scott crawls pathetically across the ground, inching ever so desperately toward an unopened can of palm sizzle. He reaches out for it, trying to grab hold of it like it's his only salvation. He is just about to grab it, when suddenly...
Dibs!
Xander steps on Scott's hand with a crunch and snatches the soda. He pops the tab and shotguns the whole thing, completely unaware of Scott's pained groans in the background. When the can is finished, he acknowledges Scott for the first time.
Ah, shit, sorry, dude, didn't see you there.
Story of my life.
Xander addresses the room.
Look at this! See? This is what happens when you leave the wrong sort of people in charge of decorating the lobby for orientation!
Scott's hand raises up from the floor.
But you don't work here.
Xander yeets the can right at Scott.
Irrelevant. Goggles!
Goggles appears in a blurb at the ready.
Take a memo.
For the sake of the script, all of Goggles' signs will be typed as dialogue. I'm not your secretary. Xander pays no heed and continues his speech. Goggles' defiance lasts very briefly before she submits and begins to write down what he is saying.
When life gives you lemons, and those lemons proceed to have a war over soda, it is time for the big shots to step in. If you want something done well, do it yourself. If you want something done right, hire a professional. But they don't pay me enough around here to do that, so I'll do it myself.
We don't pay you at all.
Exactly! Goggles, get the camera.
Cut to, IDK somewhere, day. A really shitty sign is held up in front of a camera, home movie style. It reads, The Adventures of Goggles and Xander, Orientation Day, written by Xander, directed by Goggles. Xander has set up a booth that looks extremely similar to Lucy's therapy stand, albeit this one reads Tours. He sits behind the booth, addressing the camera.
Is it on? Excellent! Greetings and salutations, citizens of the internet. Welcome to Internet Tower!
Glorious shot of Internet Tower.
My name is Xander, and that there behind the camera is my sidekick, Goggles. Today, we'll be giving you an exclusive, thrilling tour of Internet City's coolest destination. Come along with us!
Cut to exterior Internet Tower, day. Outside the tower doors, Xander leans casually against the wall like some sort of 90s high school PSA.
Internet Tower is located conveniently on the outer edges of Internet City. This structural nightmare was designed in the year blah-blah-blah-blah by someone named Who Gives a Crap. What really matters, though, is what's inside the tower. Check it out!
Xander goes to open the door, but it holds steadfast. Confused, he tries a few more times. Each attempt to open the door is accompanied by a small beeping sound. Flustered, he looks up toward a window. Alex looks down, holding a mug of coffee and looking smug as he holds up a sign that reads Magnetic Lock.
What? What if he installed that?
He pulls out his old employee ID. He scans it.
Valid ID required.
Oh, come on, it's not that old.
He scans it again.
Valid ID required.
Go stuff yourself.
This continues until Xander is panting.
Valid ID required. Valid ID required.
Fine! Fine. We'll do this the hard way.
Title card! Criminal montage! Quick fire still images of Xander marching defiantly away from the tower, meeting someone in a shady back alley of the dark net and getting a false ID made. He returns to the tower and swipes the ID.
Employee ID accepted. Welcome, Phil.
Yes!
Thumb scan confirmation required.
What?
Pan back up to Alex, very smugly drinking from his coffee as he closes the blinds on his window. Xander rages. He grabs a rock and throws it through a window. It shatters. He stiffens and glances at Goggles. Cut to interior IR lobby. Still fucking day. Xander climbs through the window.
Welcome to Internet Tap. Shit!
Xander falls flat on his face.
God damn it. Alright. This is the lobby. Usually people are able to walk into this room through the front door, but because of, construction, we have to make our way in through the window. Pardon our dust.
The Jordan screaming alarm goes off, accompanied by an automated message read by Jamie.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
Ah, come on! How much security did this guy install?
Cut to interior security room. Look outside. Yep, still day. Cammy, Jordan, and various crew members are all gathered around a monitor that displays security footage of the lobby. They are all giggling like children, trying to stifle louder bursts of laughter. Cammy and Jordan are clustered around an intercom mic, making the sounds of the fake security alert.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
Oh, I can't believe he's actually falling for this.
Said Brodingles. Really? Said Jojo.
No, I can't.
Xander frantically begins to run out of the room, calling after Goggles.
Come on! We gotta do this quick before they catch us! Get ready for the speed tour!
The next sequence of clips is a rapid-fire series of still images with Xander's narration added over the top.
Okay! Lobby, hallway, break room, coat room, hallway, kitchen, hallway, stairwell, hallway, door, another hallway, more doors! I tried to use the undies doors, but I don't have the keys. Anyway, hallway, atrium, movie theater, hallway, arcade, game room, nightclub, my room, hallway, ball pit, hall pit, rodeo, hallway, bowling room, fine dining restaurant, the literal sun!
Please note the hall pit is just a literal fucking hole in the floor. Xander stands in front of a blinding burst of light. He flips a light switch and the light diminishes to reveal Darby taking selfies in a bathroom mirror.
I'm just kidding, that's Darby. Anyway!
Xander inhales deeply and continues to rattle off more rooms.
Sun deck, fun deck, dark room, light room, green room, red room, void room. Room without walls, aka the sky. Aquarium, dry dock, that's a walrus.
Gentleman Walrus is in one of his water tubes and waves.
Hello there.
Pan over to Invidibit, Scott, and Uprising hanging out.
No idea who these people are.
Xander? Invidibit, what are you?
I've stopped questioning it at this point.
The chaos resumes.
More freaking hallways! A dungeon, various localized biomes, swimming pool, jacuzzi, hot tub. Yes, there's a difference. And a meeting room!
Xander stands in the IR meeting room, panting and sweating.
Anyway, there. That's... Oh, jeez. Give me a minute. Okay. Well, folks, that's the tower. We hope you had a fun time here today, and from all of us at Internet Remix to you, welcome. We hope to see you...
The door to the room opens, cutting Xander off. Tom, Darby, Steele, Split, and Alex were staff at this point when this was written.
I had some great ideas about optimizing individual workloads and...
Xander?
God damn it. Yo,
Probably
probably
has
has something to do with the fucking broken window downstairs or some shit.
Was that one split?
That might have been
that
split.
one was split.
Xander pauses.
We've been compromised! Go!
Xander leaps out of the window, rappelling down the tower. Goggles is quick to join him, but is stopped short by Xander.
Save the camera!
Goggles grabs the camera and bolts out of the tower. The feed goes to static. Cut to interior orientation room. Probably not day. A pair of figures are seated in a dark orientation room, illuminated only by the glow of a TV that has been playing this whole video. Xander stops the video and Goggles flicks on the lights.
And there you have it. Any questions?
We see Juno and Chi-Chi are the ones being forced to sit through this mess. They look at each other before raising their hands and speaking in unison.
Where's the bathroom?
Where's the bathroom?
Xander looks like he's about to speak, but he falls short. He looks over at Goggles, who just shrugs.
That, is a good question. You see... Smoke bomb!
Xander chucks a smoke bomb at the floor and it goes off, obscuring everything. The end!
What the
And so...
That's the orientation
so-
video!
Orientation video.
Heat on the floor.
Heat on the floor. Can robots pee?
Oil change.
Xander, you made me oil!
You got me in the ink.
God. This is another one where it's like, this is so good, but it clearly needed so many visuals.
So many
Yes.
visuals. I just saw... Yeah, there was just like, quick fire of all these rooms. Oh no.
Yes! And I was like,
Yeah.
can't. And Xander was like, I mean, it should be really quick. And I'm like, Xander, that just means people have to make more art. Very...
Yeah. Quick speed makes it so much worse.
Also, the myriad of hallways was a running joke because so many skits kept taking place in IR hallways, so we started joking that IR Tower was like 90% hallways. What a time. Very good. Let's see here. So after that, I don't know why I slated Xander and Goggles shenanigans. That was probably because it was a part of Xander's tour, but, all you need to know for the sake of efficiency is Season 1 would have featured a bunch of skits of, like, Xander trying to break into IR Tower and try to get himself back into Internet Remix, and Goggles is, like, consistently his sidekick helping him with these Looney Tunes-esque adventures, which never succeed, because in Goggles' presence, Xander will never succeed. It's fun! Next we have Trader Jones. This is the explanation of Trader Jones, and then we have the intro skit. So I think we'll go over the intro skit, and then we'll just sort of explain the rest of the basics from the plot doc.
We'll do our best to try and explain what Trader Jones was.
I don't know how the fuck did we come up with this?
I have no idea.
I have long since forgotten how and why we came up with Trader Jones, but it's still
it
there.
seems so much like extensive work for something that we don't remember the source of.
It must have been really funny at the end of 2018, though.
From what I vaguely remember, it came up in, like, casual conversation, and there was just, like, a conglomerate of us in the call trying to figure out, like, alternative places in the IR universe, and we're like, alright, Trader Jones. Trader Jones!
I remember that part.
Alright, so we've got, Shiner is in this. There is a loudspeaker voice. Who wants to be the loudspeaker?
I'll do it.
Okay. There's a cashier who is the guardian of the threshold, taker of money, and betrayer of trust. You're the cashier now.
Oh, okay.
I diagnose you with cashier.
Okay.
I guess I will. Actually, I need to step away for a second, so someone else is gonna have to be Brodingled and someone else is gonna have to narrate. I will.
Okay.
Oh god, oh god.
Well,
Good luck.
well, I'm pretty sure I wrote this anyway, so I will narrate.
There you go,
Okay.
there you go.
Great.
Interior, Trader Jones, day. Fade in. The scene opens to the interior of Trader Jones, a grocery store in Internet City that is completely not that other thing. It's decorated in a pirate theme. Jolly Rogers on the walls, barrels and crates lined up alongside aisle shelves, compasses hanging from the ceiling, all pointing in different directions, and cannons by the front door.
Bum, 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 bum. Welcome to Trader Jones. Always remember, Davy Jones has fallen. I am your grocery god now.
My god!
Shiner enters the frame, pushing a cart along, loaded up with items and reading from a grocery list. The list.
The list. Do you want to read them aloud?
I mean, if you want to read them aloud, you can go ahead and do it because I'm also narrating.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. Grocery duty. Shiner, that's me. One ass load of batteries, steely wheelies, palm sizzle, tropical marine punch, walrus chow, rude thriller rum, blah 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 blah. The list is gonna get cut off anyway. Lorem ipsum. Send money to Internet Remix.
Shiner checks her cart and sees that she's gotten everything. Smiling, she moves up to the cash register, up to a cashier with like 3 knives in their back, and rings everything up.
Bum, 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 bum. Feel the time passing? Those are the montage powers of Trader Jones. Do you understand our power yet?
Okay, I can tell you wrote this all.
Time indeed passes quickly with montage powers and a quick transition.
Your total comes to 85 mint coin.
What? But I checked the prices. It's only worth 35.
Jones, do you feel betrayed?
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Anyway, yeah, that's 35 mint coin.
Okay.
Shiner manifests a floating holographic sprite that resembles but totally isn't the logo for PayPal, which spits out some cartoon coins into the cash register. The sprite disappears, and she pushes the cart out of the store.
Bum, 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 bum. Thank you for shopping at Trader Jones. Spend money. Do it.
Interior, Internet Tower Kitchen, day. Cut to Shiner standing in the shopping cart putting up groceries in the fridge/pantry, with Bro helping out. So, you're saying they only give you the right price if you feel betrayed?
Yep, sometimes they just stab you though.
And they let you keep the shopping cart.
Nah, I stole it.
Why do we even shop there?
Well, for one, they have really good gummies. Here.
Shiner hands a bag of gummies to Bro, who looks at them, then at the receipt. Shy, I don't see gummies on the receipt.
That's 'cause I stole them.
Shiner throws many more bags of gummies out from her hoodie pockets.
Well, I mean, I paid for everything else, except the cart. But the gummies are mine now. Who's betrayed now, Trader Jones? No one outfoxes me.
So where should I put these?
Oh, the pantry would be great. Bottom shelf, please.
Cut to black. Fade out. End scene. Credits.
God, it's so
No!
fucking good.
I want more.
I love it.
To explain, glancing at our plot summary here,
Oh, Trader Joe.
Trader Jones is a store known for betraying people. So Alex is told not to go because he's bad at feeling intense emotion. Despite he does, but somehow ends up betraying the staff so hard that he declares himself manager. The rest of the internet crew renames the store Internet Merchandise and is bad at managing the grocery store. Basically, it was meant to be like, you know, BoJack buying the restaurant in the first season of BoJack Horseman, and then he just owns the restaurant for several seasons.
Trader Jones has fallen. I, Starscream, am the new leader of Trader Jones.
Yeah, like
Decepticons, follow me.
in the middle of all these like dramatic backstories for at least half the cast of Internet Remix, and I'm pretty sure at least 3/4. My contribution when we were listing off off-brand stuff so we wouldn't have to pay royalties for product placement was like Trader Jones got brought up and we just kept adding on more and more ridiculousness to Trader Jones. Most of the one-liners in there are mine in that script. You probably could tell because they're fucking bizarre humor.
It's wonderful.
It's very
So we just kept like escalating and escalating how ridiculous a concept Trader Jones is because I don't know if you knew this, but utterly ridiculous things played like completely sincerely like nothing is wrong gets me going every time.
Oh, that's very good. Story beats that which we did not finish, obviously. Alex goes to Trader Jones, does not feel betrayed. Alex takes over Trader Jones through sheer force of will. Shenanigans of making the IR crew work at Trader Jones. Then, at the very end, in the Atlas 9000 thing that's happening, Atlas betrays Alex. I have owned Trader Jones the whole time. I feel so betrayed! Finally, you understand. It's very good. So that was Trader Jones.
That was Trader Jones.
So good. Next, there's this Internet City meta plot thing Alex wrote. Glances.
I love how only one column's filled in.
Yeah.
I think we were
Yeah.
meant to fill this out with more stuff, and then we didn't.
Everyone was like meant to fill this out. This was a tool that I read about, like, okay, here's something I think will help. We have a whole bunch of plot lines going at once. I'm going to plop these in a table, and we'll list out the major beats of all of them, so we can see roughly where everything goes and work it out from there. And then I was the only one who filled out one column of this thing.
In my defense, organizing for this was hell. But we can list the general Internet City plot, which was planned. Would you like to talk about the Internet City plot, Alex?
All right. So first of all, to like explain what the purpose of the meta plot was, it's a 5x5 table. There can be more problems, but like break down a plot into the 5 essential beats it has to have, put them down here, and then we can work out where in the timeline they go. I also use this because, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of us wrote the middle of a plot, and not the beginning of one. Like, not the beginning of a character arc, and not the beginning of, like, where Internet Remix in general was. So my thought was, like, the first, like, major arc would be, we establish Internet City, and then we establish what IR actually does in Internet City. So the beats of that plot were like, Alex goes to Internet City to stop some random bad guy and has to, quote-unquote, take out the kids while he's at it. So that's doubling his world building, establishing what exactly Alex does as an internet superhero. Second beat, tour of Internet Tower. So I guess the first one was technically the pilot. It's just we cut out the superheroing bit other than uppercutting a Nigerian prince.
It's very superhero-like. You did a very good job.
I did a very good job.
So proud of you.
Beat number 3 was other people being like, hey, I can be an internet superhero too, and Alex being like, no fam, I got this all by myself. Fourth beat, there's a power outage or a DDoS attack or something like that happens. But I didn't plan it much out, I just planned that as a result, there's anarchy in Internet City and Alex can't do it by himself. Womp womp, Gilligan cut.
No.
Yeah. And then the climax is everyone working together to restore power and order to Internet City, and everyone bonds as a family. Yay!
Hey.
It would have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
And none of us filled the rest of this out. So instead, I had to take everything we did and try to fit it into this compilation here. Fuck my life. Okay, so after that, I put down, Small Squad. Oh boy.
God.
This one is unfortunately not a script, because this was just a concept. I never actually wrote any of the scripts down. Regret. Basically, so there's the Small Squad, which is made up of the most childish smalls, and they get up to shenanigans. It's really cute. This is just the thing I wrote down for it. This isn't so much a plot, it's just a short series for character development and fun things. Goggles leads the Small Squad in various convoluted plans and games. The running theory is when the group is together, their collective age and ability drops, but it's really cute, so it's fine. Basically, they're just adorable troublemakers. Goggles, leader, born adorable rebel. Shiner, espionage expert and teacher of street know-how. Jojo, muscle, because of their ink powers. Unfortunate fall guy. Look, Jojo, you're just the most cinnamon roll, so you'll probably not get in trouble. It's fine, you'll be fine. Just do the puppy dog eyes, it's fine. Chi-Chi, the veteran. You don't know the things she's seen, the cookie jars she's gotten. Usually Goggles will suggest an absurd, overly complicated scheme and drag the rest of the squad into it. If things go awry, Shiner will do everything in her power to pass the buck and blame things on Jojo because she sees Jojo as her small rival. Goggles will play along because, well, that makes for good character development, and also she spends more than enough time in the corner of shame. Thanks, I'm not going back to jail!
Oh my god.
Chi-Chi has lots of wise, small sayings that are really just Yoda speak and honestly totally useless. You cannot master the puppy dog eyes until you master the essence of your smallness. Also, look for your light! You gotta get your angles right for maximum cute! Get it together! Long form summary. I'll get back to this. Does this even need this? Story beats. These are just skit ideas. I don't know. Pickpocketing lessons with Shiner. That time the Small Squad broke Alex's silver play button and fucking panicked because they're too young and cute to die. Split gets him out of it. Like, Split just pulls another silver play button out of somewhere. We don't know where he got it. Now we owe him a favor. Fuck. Attempted spying on Walrus to determine if he is in fact a man in a walrus suit. Goggles and Jojo are determined to believe, but Shiner is suspicious. We will get the cookie jar. Chi-Chi regales the Small Squad with tales of similar adventures. The making of the most impressive pillow fort that ends up taking up the entirety of the tower, and no, this isn't just a community reference, I swear, it was just a community reference. Continuous requests for various people to grab things from high shelves until someone has the sense to ask, why do you need gasoline? Elaborate the Florist Lava game. The kitchen is ours now! We need it for... Oh god, what are we making again? I thought it was cookies. Goggles, put down that knife! Bank job! Now we're all in prison and we need to call someone to get us out. Please help!
What the fuck? All the Small Squads. Shenanigans, man.
Just shenanigans. I think I pictured that some of these were just gonna be like background activities, like a regular skit would be happening, and then it would just be like, yeah, I just gotta call the Small Squads in prison. What?
Why are they in prison?
Like they're in the background of some skit gathering shit for their heist, and like, you know, then they're in the background prepping for this, and then, you know, a skit or two later, so they're in prison.
Yeah, see, and that's Shiner's fault too, and she's gonna be sitting in prison like fucking idiots. I shouldn't have brought them, but in all reality, she's the one that fucked it up.
Yeah.
Goggles over her just, this is very good character development. I drink it in. Honestly, I think my favorite part about this is just the fact that Jojo is the fall guy, and then we, like, just, they all turn on each other at, like, the drop of a fucking hat, because that's what children do. I'm sorry, Listen, I'm not going back to jail. I'm not going to the corner of shame. It is fine. And that's it. That's all I had. Regrettably, I don't have any scripts or anything. But those were things that were gonna happen. What's next? We have Dawn the Pirate, Dawn the Pirate Rebel. This was written by Split mostly, and is mostly just sort of a summary. So let's see here. TLDR, Dawn is building a crew in order to take down a notorious pirate that has wronged her too many times.
Oh, here we go.
Here's what we have so far. Ever since Dawn has joined IR, they've been trying to get everyone to join their little pirate crew, which at first has been taken as more of a little joke game, but little does everyone know, it is actually all too real. Over time, they attempt to teach everyone the ways of being a pirate, showing them how to use weapons, being willing to fight, at one point even talking everyone out to, fire some cannons. This leads to one of the cannons accidentally getting fired to Split, of which Dawn and the others panic since they all just fired a cannonball at this motherfucker. Once the smoke clears, however, it is revealed that Split has caught the ball no problem before dropping it to the ground and continuing on his way. Now Dawn gets starry-eyed at this, seeing this dude who can literally stop cannonballs. She immediately wants him to join her crew. So, sorry, I'm so sorry, they pursue...
Let me fix it,
Thank you. So they pursue and it starts innocent enough, simply asking Split if he'd like to join. But after Split laughs and says, nah, he does not want to be a pirate, they get stubborn. Then they're like, fight me, Split! If Dawn wins, Split must join the pirate crew. If Split wins, he gets to enjoy kicking their ass. And in response, he walks away. Now Dawn's just pissed and wants to fight this dude beyond belief, and after days and days of pestering him, they finally get their wish. A full-on brawl starts between the two and shit gets so violent. The two start beating the shit out of each other, smashing things into each other to fend the other off. Eventually, the other members of the team have to pull the two from each other just to make sure they don't kill each other. But Dawn has now gotten their wish. Each time they challenge Split from this point on, he accepts. Only problem is he doesn't join even if Dawn does win, building more of a rivalry than a camaraderie between the two. Now here's the part we didn't finish yet. Maybe add more fighty capable people. Eventually they gotta take down a big bad, like, Darby will be in the crew, probably. Maybe some OCs will be there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Which, now's the part we haven't fleshed out yet. It's really just standard IR plot statement. Story beat. Technically starts when Dawn arrived. Dawn starts teaching everyone how to pirate. Dawn teaches everyone how to ship. They fire cannons and nearly kill Split. Dawn pursues Split for the crew. Rivalry is established. Dawn adds more to the crew. Pirate adventure. Big bad encountered. Narrowly escape alive. More adventures. Slowly build a pirate armada. Big war battle against the Blackbeard wannabe. I love this because there's so much, I'm sorry, this jumped to be so big. Which is really a summary of plots.
So take a look at this. Now imagine a plot line and that involved for everyone in the 20-person
yes.
20-person cast. Over what we're gonna be 3 seasons, probably 50 episodes each if we wanted to get in everyone.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, it's a wonder we ever thought we had the budget, honestly.
It's a wonder we thought this was possible and that we kept making things for it. Next is the attack of the dropped Skype call zombies. We all thought that this would be a Halloween thing. Basically, zombies appear and they are, the dead shuffling forms of dropped Skype calls. So they're attacking things with strong connections, so they're mostly going for the robots and Atlas. Thus far, we mostly just have story beats here. Jordan and Bro do rock, paper, scissors to see which one of them dies first. Someone rebuts, you both die first. Atlas gets bit, upgrading the zombies so they can now speak, and also giving a catalyst to Atlas 9000. The robots stop chasing everyone to have a focus meeting, because they're now smart. The zombies proceed to become bigger YouTubers than us. Dude, what the fuck?
What?
Obligatory thriller reference? Question mark. Possibly cover of Re Your Brains. Good. Zombies become one big zombie? Discord god? Zombies upgraded to Discord? We never decided which was which. This whole part was confusing. As of now, we haven't chosen an ending. Thanks, past us.
Thanks, past us. Very helpful.
That's really helpful. God.
What is... no!
Listen, here's the thing. It's got, like, the core of a good idea in there.
Yeah. Inside here is an interesting idea. Like, Skype was super dying at the time. So everyone was like, okay, that's why we have Skype zombies. What do we do around them? And that's where it stops.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Oh god, then we get to the first dramatic script. I wrote
I love this
one.
script!
You like what? Well, I'm
I
glad
like
you
this
it.
script!
Well, that's good. I have to get the right music for it though.
Oh yes, the whole thing is set to Gymnotipity number 1.
Correct, it is. Like, listen, this was written very specifically with this in mind, so I don't know. The short version of this is that, you know, obviously we had big plot stuff that was coming, and I wanted to do, like, some foreshadowing to it. And I was thinking about this, like, around, like, I was moving, and I was listening to a lot of this song, and I just pictured this whole discussion. It went through multiple edits, but now it's a conversation between Alex and Cammy. So, it's just Alex, and somebody's gonna have to be Cammy. I will narrate, so I just need somebody who isn't me to be Cammy.
I'll be Cammy then.
Cool. Alright, cool. So, I am going to add this music, and we're going to skip the lo-fi, and we're gonna do this thing. Let's do it.
Ooh.
Okay. This is called What We Were. Okay. Shot of Alex and Cammy just chilling in one of the lounges at IR Tower. Cammy is drawing in a sketchbook. Alex is scrolling through his phone. You know, there's an air of calm to the scene. These two know each other well enough at this point that sitting in silence for hours is perfectly fine. Cammy breaks the silence.
Hey, do you ever wonder about what happened to bring us all together here?
Nope.
Are you sure? Half of us have mysterious amnesia, and I heard Steel came in a box?
I mean, if they don't have a pass, that means less paperwork for the Internet Union, so...
What? Wait, there's a union?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Very funny. I'm being serious here, Alex.
And so am I.
Okay, sure. The Internet Union exists. Maybe. Anyway, shouldn't we be doing some more to keep track of this stuff? Like, where everyone came from? Any, you know, mysterious happenstances?
I mean, I don't know. Where people came from, whatever made them who they are. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. But we're here now. We are who we are, and we make great work. The past has a part to play, sure, but it doesn't decide what happens next. That's on us.
As he speaks, several shots appear on screen. Alex sitting at his desk, picking up his mug of coffee from where he left it on top of instruction manuals that came with Steel and Juno. Both have several coffee rings on it. They are clearly neglected and largely unopened. Young and Vidibit just after her mother passed, alone in an empty house and unsure of what to do. Moon falling into the collapsing trash planet of space boys. Atwas standing in a room in the early morning. There are sunbeams coming in through the window. Atwas flickers and is somewhat transparent in the light.
I think there's more to it than that. Like, not to get all dramatic about it, but the past leaves scars, you know? Those have a way of coming back.
She rubs absently at her arms, voice dropping to a mutter.
And some people are too far down their roads to change.
Nah.
Nah? That's all you've got?
I mean, I hear you. I just don't believe in stuff like that. There's always another choice. There's always another option. Nothing's set in stone.
Shot of Split sitting on the tower rooftop, feet dangling over the edge. His fingers trace lazily over the markings of Stone's mask in his lap.
Look, everyone's got something. Mistakes they made, people they lost, something they're searching for. And you know what? It's fine. That's the best thing about a family. We've all got baggage, but we've also got more than enough hands to help carry it. So, we'll deal with it when it comes up. Until then, it's not worth worrying about.
Goggles, Shiner, Jojo, and Chi-Chi are on the floor painting this ridiculous giant banner that says Small Squad, made up of dozens of pieces of printer paper taped together. It takes up a whole room. Scott is at the edge of it, looking flustered because he has no idea where to step. Goggles is pointedly shooing him away. Shiner is a bit off to the side and isn't actually painting. She is looking down at her gloves with a troubled expression. Phil does the most ridiculous sexy pose on the table in the cafeteria. Several people are applauding, some are disapproving. Juno is reaching way around to tuck several bills into Phil's Speedo. Dawn and several others are on their pirate ship. It's adventure time. Here's a group photo!
Yeah, you're probably right.
Of course I'm right, I'm the boss. What brought this up, anyway? Is something bothering you?
Shot of Cammy standing alone at the edge of the beach at night. She takes a deep breath and makes a cautious step toward the surf. Before her toes touch the water, a shot of Crescenda flashes on screen. She pulls back immediately and reaches up to hug herself. The shot pulls back. She looks so impossibly small against the water and sky.
Nah. Nothing I can't handle.
Small hands tap away at a computer keyboard. It's Goggles, but all we really see is a vague silhouette. Words are tapped out on a screen. Internet Remix, Chapter 1.
That's meta, yo.
It's so meta!
So meta, yo!
It's so meta! Yeah, God, this was like the first, I think this might have been the first script I actually wrote. I'm so cool.
Yep. I'm pretty sure, this was the one that you did first for IR.
Yeah! I'm really cool. I walked in and I was like, so what if we made a serious story? And for some reason, instead of saying no, everyone went, yeah, this is great! I don't regret it. I actually think it's still pretty nice. It's just unfortunate that, like, our plans were too big. Because reading it through, I'm actually still pretty happy with it.
It's still a solid script, yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, it comes with our monstrosity.
It's okay, it's okay, Kristen. You have an entire different monstrosity to bring
yes,
down.
exactly. I decided to put all of my efforts into DMP instead. Me starting writing What We Were was basically kicking off, like, probably about 6 or 7 months straight of me just trying to get together shit for IR. And then DMP happened, and I was like, you wanna know what's more successful and actually doable? So, but, we still have the pieces here, and that's why we're reading through this. Mewtwo, 5,000 Asks. Is this the beginning of the story plot? It sounds like a really good backstory. Thank you! It was the start of the plot. After that was Detective, which I already basically summarized, but, text.
Oh boy, here comes.
We could read through it if y'all want to.
Sure.
Let's do it. Who's
Oh,
gonna
God.
be Tex?
Looks at the one with the accent.
I was gonna say
I can't believe I'm Texkin.
I diagnose you with Tex.
Alright, anyone else want to narrate?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Give you both a break.
Great.
Thank you.
Right.
Interior, Internet Tower, Hall Outside Lounge, afternoon. Fade in on Tex, listening in outside the door into the lounge, where Alex and Cammy are finishing their talk from What We Were.
So, we'll deal with it when it comes up. Till then, it's not worth worrying about.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Of course I'm right, I'm the boss. What brought this up, anyway? Is something bothering you?
Nah, nothing I can't handle. Curiouser and curiouser.
Tex sticks their leggy out in thought/excitement.
Right, good talk. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Alex opens the door and trips over Tex's leg, landing face first on the floor.
Oh! Hi, boss man!
Alex starts to push himself back up.
Hey, Tex, what's up?
I've got some more reports.
I don't think I asked for you to work recon or accounting this week.
Oh, no, not those. I've been investigating.
Tex makes an investigating pose.
Well, I'm going back to the floor then.
Alex lets himself flop back down on the floor. Cammy pokes her head out the door.
Alex, is everything alright? Ah, perfect! An audience that isn't looking at the floor.
Run while you have the chance.
What? Why?
Hi, Darby.
What? Oh, hi, Darby!
Hi, Darby.
Why?
Tex-
What?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't read that.
No. Continue.
Why? What's wrong with listening to Tex?
Tex pulls out a mass of files, scribbles, and notes from Hammerspace, dumping them on Alex.
I finally cracked the code. You see, if everyone has stuff that happened, that likely means stuff will happen. I mean, you're not wrong. I've been around the block a time or two, and take it from me, kids.
I'm older than you.
Somebody is always up to something. Take Uprising, right? What connects Ace Attorney and Kid Icarus Uprising? Dead people! So clearly she's an angel! And Steel, right? No one has any idea where the instruction manual says, which means there's only one secret, far off place he could be from. IKEA! And Atlas! There's only one thing that can phase through walls like they can. An alien and also a ghost. Plus goggles.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
But I haven't gotten to the best part yet. What could top Steel being from IKEA? Moon! You see him stare at Rain, confused, yes? The way he thinks sloths are really fast boys, the way he treats Uno as a game of life and death. No human would ever see things in that light, so the answer is quite clear. Moon is an alien.
Beat.
I thought Atwis was an alien and also a ghost. More than one person can be an alien, Cammy. Don't be an alienist.
Alex pushes himself back up.
Tex, I'm glad you're keeping busy, but honestly, I think there are much healthier ways to spend your time. There are enough conspiracy theorists out there in Internet City. I don't need one in the tower as well. Listen, I'm not mad. I just want to know. Were you marathoning the X-Files again?
No, of course not. I was binge watching FBI Agent Chan and Conspiracy Coon with Jojo.
Jojo pokes her head in.
I was trying the monsters in it!
A Wendigo appears, roaring.
What the fuck?
His name is Henry.
Cut away from the hall to Brodingles, watching the off-screen chaos caused by the Wendigo and the internet crew complaining about it. A curious smile appears in Bro's face. Fade out.
Oh my god, bro.
This was written before any of us probably knew that it probably wasn't okay to reference Wendigos.
Fine.
It's fine. This was old.
It's old. Also, hello, Darby. Thank you
Hi,
for
Darby.
joining us.
Hello, Darby.
We're
Reading
going
old skits.
Well, we've basically gone through all of the script.
Basically all of them, yeah.
So from here on out, we're just sort of describing ideas we had and stuff like that. Though I'm just realizing I didn't put the rainy day skit on this list, so I think I'm
Oh
gonna
Jesus,
drop
this
that.
is a.
Yes, Squad. We'll get to Squad Orange in a second. Squad Orange we're gonna break up because like I placed it. I placed it in pieces along where it would go in the general plot.
Yeah, it was a
So-
longer form thing, so.
Yeah. So, I know between this, which I didn't write this down, but somewhere in here would have been the whole, like, oh, when did Goggles join? She came in a box. Cammy found her in her closet. She was picked up off the street, and none of these are true. So that would have been a thing, and then also at some point in this season 1 would have been when, I think probably toward the end of season. We'll deal with that later. I didn't
Yeah.
write this part down, and I regret not writing it down. I felt very nervous about writing down the Goggles stuff on this plot list, and I don't know why, because it's really necessary for leading into other stuff. So, I really should have just written it down and been okay with writing my own shit onto this list. It's fine.
It's okay, Christian. You've gotten better.
It's fine. half of the things that happened, and a bunch of things that have happened because I was too scared to put my shit down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Juno, why is it weird to reference Wendigos? I am not aware.
Oh, it's really taboo for like Native American people.
Oh,
so,
I didn't know. Okay.
and, like,
shit.
even to them, even invoking the name is like is really taboo. Like,
Cool. Okay, good to
it
know.
represents like something like really. It represents somebody who's done something really heinous.
Oh.
Good.
Well, Blendigos then.
Blendigos. There's a thing here for the rainy day skit, which I don't know what the fuck it is, but I think it's just meant to be like Jordan staring at the rain, and Split's like, "What are you staring at?" A thunderstorm. There's something about it that just resonates with me. Or maybe it's just because you like rain. I mean it. Something just really touches my soul. It's just rain, damn it. Like, I just don't know what the weather is like on my home planet. Maybe it has to do with that. Life ain't that complicated, bro. Just enjoy it. Will do! And then, cut to several seasons later when the parents show up, when Moon finally meets his parents. So I have a question. Do you guys have thunderstorms on your planet? What? Thunderstorms? Are you kidding me? We lived on a moon, you toaster! Life ain't that complicated! Split throws a fist in the air.
Toaster, huh? Stares at Amy.
Yes. But anyway, so Squad Orange Go. Would you like to explain Squad Orange, Juno?
Yes, let me tell you about my Power Ranger OC.
I actually have art for these ones.
Okay, I didn't rehearse any of this. This is gonna be a lot of me going, like Yakko Warner. Anyways. Okay. TLDR, Power Rangers-like group called Squad Orange comes from a dystopian robot future, thinking that technology of the likes of Steel, Juno, and Atlas will develop into the evil military robots in the future. Squad Orange travels back to destroy the mechanical members of IR before it can happen. One of that group, Tangerine, really hates robots and later becomes possessed by some kind of present. Okay, this gets into like some of the stuff that we'll bring up later.
Yes, we'll get to that.
We'll get to the presence later.
Yes.
It causes her to go completely whack and threaten IR and even Internet City. Alright, here's the big old summary of the thing. Okay, this is very long,
Maybe
so...
you should explain the characters first, and then we'll just sort of
Yeah.
go a bit, because there's like... Squad Orange is like weaved through like the entirety of the plot.
Yeah,
which
because
means
like,
that it's best to go beat by beat, just because like some of the stuff that happens in the plot affects how Squad Orange goes. So how about you just talk about like the characters for now?
So first we'll talk about... Yeah, So I guess since we got a picture of Dust, I'll talk about her first. The description, the general description that I have for her is like a combination, and I quote, like a combination of Shadow, the Hedgehog, Meta Knight, and Velma. She's an intelligent, calculating problem solver, willing to work with people, and the voice of reason. Her absence is why the rest of Squad Orange goes totally bonkers when... Okay, this also gets into another later plot point. But long story short, there's a character named Titania who gets beaten up, and then we'll talk about her later.
Yes.
But yeah, when she's gone, the rest of Squad Orange is like, uh-oh. And of course, being a character created by me, she is definitely and wholeheartedly a lesbian who loves Tangerine.
Woo!
And each of the weapons, each of the members has a weapon associated with them. Dust has an energy whip, so think like Zero Suit Samus's Paralyzer from Smash.
Neat.
All right. So now that we've got the one that we've shown out of the way, I think we have like sketches of the others.
Yep. Orange here.
Yeah, there she is. Orange, leader-like, outgoing, enthusiastic, most overtly anime. Charismatic, totally hammy, and wields an energy katana. Basically, she's kind of like Red Action from OKKO before Red Action was a thing.
Excellent. We got Tangerine here.
Yeah.
She's not doing great here, but it's fine. We're not gonna worry too much about that.
Yeah.
Robots must die.
She's very robophobic.
Jesus.
Hot-headed, serious about battle, short-fused, loves Dust, and will defend fiercely /avenge.
Lesbians.
Yes, I mentioned it. I was talking
Yes,
about dust.
as previously mentioned,
Yes.
lesbians are featured in a
As
move
discussed, lesbians.
in a move that will really shock you. IR features lesbians.
Yes. Something that Juno wrote that has lesbians in it? Who
Huh.
would have thought? Stares at, like, my 5 million WLW couples.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, for a point of reference, like, the character that I, like, kind of drew a bit of inspiration was Flamberge from Kirby Star Allies. Kind of like the way that she fiercely defends Francisca, one of her fellow nuns. And her weapon of choice is the Energy Lance.
I see.
Alright.
Very cool. Okay, next we got Carrot.
Yeah, Carrot. Fast-talking, trash-talking member of the group. I probably would imagine that she would be voiced by Shiner.
Right? As soon as I saw this picture, that's what I was thinking. Like, this would be a Shiner character.
Yep. Oh my god. She even has bunny ears like frickin' Mitzi. Mitzi before Mitzi was a thing. Anyways, yeah. The reason she has the bunny motif is because, her name is Carrot. Nimble imagery should be that of a bunny, like I said. Visible buck teeth habit, so she has a habit of biting her lower lip. And she has a gun.
Very good.
Energy
Can you-
crystal, but it's funnier to just say gun.
Yes, gun.
God.
And Marigold.
Yeah, finally, Marigold, the big one, the muscle of the group, but also the most insightful. She's not dumb. She's actually very, very emotionally intelligent. She's basically a herbo.
Herbo.
She's a herbo.
Turbo.
Stop. Yeah, she's a gentle giant, and obviously because she's the big one, she wields the energy axe. They're all based off of swatches of kind of bits of the yellow/orange area.
Very
But
good.
yeah,
This is them.
that's them.
I guess let's talk about the first. I think we can probably go we can go from the start of this to the first encounter.
Okay,
So basically everything on this first page here, you can go.
All right, so the first 6 bullet points. Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, like I explained, they're Ranger type characters who come back in time from a future where they say robots have taken over the world. The singularity happens, says Atlas. They're out to get Juno, Steel, and Atlas to stop the robot scourge in the past to save the future, and blah 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 blah. They're based off different tones of one color. Yeah, I already explained their characters, so we'll skip that one. Tangerine's backstory: her family was massacred by so-called evil robots. Likely rogue military bots or something. So she has the most burning hatred of robots and therefore is the most avid at hunting down the artificial members of Internet Remix when she arrives in the present. Yes, she's robophobic.
Yes.
So again, this point we'll get into later when we actually talk more in depth about Titania. But the future where the squad comes from is an alternative timeline that is caused by Titania existing in our world. Since at the present, Titania hasn't come in yet, which means that part of the future is still uncertain. And so we get to the first encounter with them. There's actually a rogue member of the squad named Dust who warns me, Steel, and Atlas that they're coming for us and tells us to get ready. Because we're gonna die.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then, we fight.
And it's very dramatic and mysterious. Ooh. I guess apparently I wrote down Gizoid Inc. here just to be I guess probably at that point we'd probably mention. So Steel and Juno are robots from Gizoid
Since
Inc.
at this point we kind of have to, because there's a first part of an arc about them being robots.
Yes. So presumably it would have been so let's break out these fucking... Alex, have you even touched these?
You can see by the coffee rings that I have not.
You don't even drink coffee. Why did you... Okay.
That is a lie. That is a lie and slander. I was drinking coffee in the second skit.
Why do we keep having you drink coffee?
I don't
Because acting!
Yeah, so Alex is a person. I don't drink coffee. Alex, the character, probably really needs it.
Listen, these robots came with some really big coasters. I don't know why. I don't know why they made coasters these big, but
They look great on the They are coffee table manuals. And what else goes on the coffee table? Coffee. Check and mate.
God. So I think we probably would go over how Steel and Juno are robots, and that would have been a whole thing, but we don't have anything talking about that because we never wrote any scripts. Then
I have coily arms.
Really?
God. There's a short skit compilation that Split made.
Oh.
Ooh,
Nice.
which we could go over.
Yeah.
The vault.
I think this is the last script, so we might as well.
Yeah, sure.
Where is
Let's
this?
do it. I have an IR Vault compilation link and in call, and then from there
Cool.
I have. Let me see here.
Oh, hang on, my parents are calling me down for dinner, so I'm gonna be right back.
All right.
Alright.
Okay.
There's the skit.
Lost
Thing.
person. Okay.
Oh,
Split
you're
compilation,
in
there
this
it
one,
is.
Dobby.
Found it. Oh, fun.
Oh boy.
Let's
All right.
see here. Short skit compilation. This was written by Split. Split's influence on Shiner. Somebody's gonna have to be Split.
I'll be split.
fuck.
Darby is
Excellent.
Split. Fade in. Int IR Tower. Is Nat here? Because she wrote BRB. She might not be here.
Well, I guess I'm Nat.
No, it feels wrong doing this one without Nat. We'll come back to it.
All right.
For now, let's talk about Beach Day. So I'm going back to the compilation for now. Okay, Beach Day. So we wrote down Beach Day notes, and this is all really helpful and definitely is a script content. Sandcastles. Tall people make a small one, like a clown car. Saves goggles from the water. Moon sheds his sunburned skin because he's a lizard.
What?
Because he's a lizard man. Scott is blinded by the sun, ends with Dawn going, "Oh no," on the horizon. Which then leads us into the ship wars. So apparently, I think everyone just gets on Dawn's pirate ship because we're about to have some sort of ship war. Dawn is leading the fray, Bro is working on info in the background. Scott is still blind. He gets his sight back and then immediately loses it again because of the ship art and stuff. Ship wars? We're out of ammo. Fire the head cannons! What course are we on now? Discourse! Kirk, Spock, don't you mean? No, I did not write this. I wasn't here for this, so I actually have no idea what any of this means. Which is great.
It's great, it's amazing, it's a collection of jokes and nothing about a framing device as to why.
Just alternate utilities, lifeboats for when the ship sinks, lemons on the ship, you've got a plot hole, oh no, a leak! Authors jump out of the water like undersea creatures to change canon. Can one ship various ships or
I think that's supposed to be one shot.
Can one shot various ships or revive ships? Alex, hey, I got something that'll take out those ships. They're brothers! Not all of the ships sink. Dawn and Bro, you don't know shipping. J.K. Rowling comes out of the water to mess everyone up, which is worse now. There are cameos, I guess. She won't discover that it's him until chapter 3. Now get going.
Who's him?
I think this is a Beauty and the Beast reference.
Yeah, it's a Beauty and the Beast reference for sure. And I'm sure it's and then she discovered that the person she was arguing with online is the hot boy from the apartment next door.
Oh!
Probably.
Okay. The concept of this is kind of ingenious.
It's a good concept. It fills in pretty well with the whole we are on the internet and live in the internet scenario.
Yes.
The problem being, there is no plot in here.
Yeah.
There are jokes, and there's not a plot.
Oh wait, I just realized. I forgot one of the scripts. I forgot the all washed up one.
Oh.
I found
Oh
it.
yeah. I kind of remember.
Cool.
So I found one. I found one more script.
There's one more script in here.
And this one doesn't have Nat in it, so we can read this one.
Yay.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So basically, there's this one, there's the short skit compilation that Split did, and then everything after that is just gonna be us describing, like, the serious plot stuff that we wanted to do that we never got to do. So, I guess we'll start with, All Washed Up. So, who's ready to play Walrus?
Sure. I'll try a British
Congratulations,
accent.
you're Walrus now. Interior IR tower, Walrus tube, day. Fade in on Walrus sliding through some tubes on an upper level of IR tower, humming a song that might or might not be a Beatles track. He eventually bumps into something and looks around. Zoom out to reveal the tube is clogged with pizza grease, cheese, and topping.
Well, this is rather unfortunate. Oh, is that pepperoni?
Walrus takes a bite and recoils in disgust.
Oh, God, no, it's salami! What kind of animal puts salami on a pizza instead of pepperoni?
Xander walks by, carrying a pizza box in one hand and holding a slice of pizza in the other.
Hey, Walrus, what's up?
Well, evidently not me anymore.
Yeah, cool. Oh, you got pizza too?
Xander tosses his slice away into a nearby trash can. Or so he thinks. It's actually a receptacle that feeds into Walrus's tubes. The slice slides in and hits Walrus in the face. Xander looks between the tube and his pizza box just long enough for this to be funny.
Oh. Oops.
Oops, will do.
Wait. This means I can be helpful. If I get you out, Alex is sure to let me back into the tower.
But you're already in the tower. Wait, how did you...
Irrelevant. Not to worry, Walrus. I'll save you.
Xander runs off.
Right. Well, I'd certainly appreciate it. Now, to get me out, you just have to go into the control room. And you just passed it. And you're still going. Huh. Right. Well, when you get there, there's a wheel. You've got to flip it. You've got to flip it turnwise. And then there's a lever. Pull it. Pull the right lever, but not the wrong one, because then you'll... oh, dear.
Xander runs back in screaming and holding a fire axe. Covers the walrus tube with beat.
You know...
Suddenly, the walrus tube bursts open, sending a massive jet of water streaming out and pushing Walrus and Xander away. Interior, IR tower, Steele's room, day. Cut to Steele in his room, working a late night. Yes, it's day, but in Steele time, that's a late night. What this means is he's busy typing something, but we don't see the monitor, just a front shot of Steele with his decorative wall waterfall in the back. Atlas phases into his room, trying to troll him, but as they don't know the real form of whatever scientist created Steele, their disguise is literally just Atlas in glasses with a fake beard.
Alright, so we got Atlas and Steel in here.
I'll do Atlas.
Sure, I'll be Steel.
I'm narrating, so I don't want
Yeah,
to
go for it, Darby.
Alright. Steel, it's me.
Not looking back.
Oh, hi, Atlas.
No, I'm not Atlas. I'm your creator.
Really? Which one?
Dr. Dad.
Takes beard and puts it on head.
Mom.
Puts beard back.
Guy plays Jefferson.
Oh, hi, Dr. Dad Mom Guy plays Jefferson. It's been a while. Your voice changed.
I hit Dr. Puberty! It's like puberty, but for doctors! And I came to tell you, you need to take a bath! You stink! I can smell it from place! Guy!
Atlas is interrupted as a wave of water bursts through the waterfall wall panel, soaking both Steel and Atlas. They drip with water as comical sparks fill the room.
Does that count as a bath, Atlas?
Interior, IR tower, observatory, day. Cut to Moon and Bro in the observatory, cleaning up soda/palm sizzle spills. Moon takes a break from mopping to look up through a hole in the ceiling, through which the telescope points.
Oh.
Bro, you ever look up at the sky?
Is this a trick question?
You ever look up and think, man, how great would it be to live there?
I've looked up and thought, how long until we're done mopping?
You ever look up and think, if I lived in the sky, I would have conquered gravity and that mysterious particle called the graviton that we can never fully understand? You ever think that graviton sounds like a supervillain name and can't be conquered but will instead rise again to seek revenge? You ever think it is your responsibility to protect the innocents from graviton? So you stop shouting, "Silence, Groundwalker!" and instead try to make others live in the sky with you, but it's too late. Graviton has claimed them. There's no hope, only graviton!
Beat. I can't say I have. Well, looks like we're all cleaned up. A wave of water washes through the observatory, soaking it again. Beat. Bro hands Moon another mop. I guess we're doing some overtime. Moon looks dramatically up at the sky.
One of these days, graviton.
Interior IR tower, hall, day. Cut to Invidibit and Split walking through a hallway.
And that's the tour. So glad you're going to be staying with us.
Yeah, I mean, there's food.
So, this is your room.
Invidibit opens a door. It leads only to a black, yawning void. She quickly closes the door.
Pretty sure that's the void room.
This is your room?
She reaches for the door again, but doesn't get to open it.
That's the void room again. We passed that room like 3 times.
Okay, well, your room is somewhere, probably.
My dude, I thought you lived here. How do you not know the directions?
I didn't ask?
Okay, look, I get it. You want to talk to someone, but I've been here for like a year? I don't know, time's super weird here. It's like these people can't keep a schedule. But, I mean, there's better ways to go about whatever the hell you're doing than showing people to a room.
Right, your room! It's, this one?
Invidibit opens a different door, and a wave of water rushes out, soaking them.
I'm guessing that's not my room either.
I mean, it's not the void room. That's something.
Interior, IR tower, Dawn's room, day. Cut to Dawn putting the finishing touches on a model galleon as Uprising watches with rapt attention. Dawn puts on the last piece. Somebody be Dawn, please.
Okay.
And done. You got it. Go for it, Al.
And done. 1 to 700 scale model of the King George's Amnesty. The most likely to participate boat on the 7 seas.
It looks really cool. Nice job, Dawn. Dawn sighs and gets up, staring into an aquarium. Oh, is something wrong? Is it not a good boat?
Oh, no, it's a nice boat. I enjoyed making the boat. It's just, I don't know.
You can talk to me if you want. I'm a good listener.
It's just, don't you want to be doing something more? I mean, sure, hanging around the tower, building model boats, that's neat and all. But I want to be on actual boats. Actually sailing the waters of the internet, you know? Living a life of adventure, of daring, of eating enough citrus to not get scurvy. I just wish I could sail the seas out there, maybe have some real fun around here.
Uprising's eyes glow. With understanding? Probably. With wish-granting power? Maybe. But before she can say anything more to hint at it, a wave of water crashes into Dawn's room. Like that?
Yes! Woo!
Dawn hops onto their scale model boat and starts riding it like a surfboard along the waves. Uprising stays in the room, getting splashed. Okay, have fun out there. Walrus collides into Uprising.
Oh, hello there, Uprising.
Oh, hi, Walrus. Would you happen to know why the tower is flooding?
Actually...
Exit IR tower, seal pool, day. Cut to Alex training his sea lion, Tacoma. Tacoma is overweight, as in sleeps using his double chins as a pillow, and has a couple of scars along his body/butt, but still a good boy.
Okay, lie down.
Tacoma doesn't get up.
Speak.
Tacoma blows.
Good boy! Okay, now swim.
Water pours out of the tower, soaking Alex, sending Dawn surfing by and dropping Uprising and Walrus into the seal pool. Walrus pops back up, Uprising riding on top of him.
Oh, hey Tacoma, how are you?
Tacoma back again.
Really? Fascinating. I was just saying that the other day.
Xander washes up with the last of the water, fire axe still in hand. He looks up and sees Alex staring down at him.
I can explain. This is pretty self-explanatory.
Alex walks off, pulling a mop out of nowhere, and heads into the tower, leaving a sad Xander.
I love
Fuck
it.
me.
The Wave series.
It's very good.
That was really good.
It was very cute. It probably would have gone before more in the shenanigans time.
Yeah.
It would have gone in there somewhere. And that's after that it's mostly plot stuff, and it is 9:30, so this seems like a good time to take a break, get water and stuff before we start telling people about all the serious plot things we were gonna do.
Alright. Oh, there's the Shiner ones if we Shiner's back.
Well, it's 9:30, so it's
It
break.
is
Okay.
9:30.
So
No problem.
we will do that.
Break
once we get
time.
back. Okay.
Right on.
So we will be back in 5-10 minutes. See y'all in just a bit. Love you all.
Bye bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the IR Vault, wherein we continue this adventure of staring at the couple of things I have in my Photoshop files while we read scripts and stuff. We have one more script to go through, and then we're just gonna start summarizing plot shit. So I hope you're ready. Right, so this is the short skit compilation written by Split. So we're just gonna go for it. Who's gonna be Split?
Me.
Okay, Darby is Split. So this first part features Split and Shiner. Short skit compilation. Split's influence on Shiner. Fade in. Interior IR tower, hallway, day. We fade in on both Split and Shiner halfway through a conversation.
Look, all I'm saying is that it's pretty weird.
No, you look. Y'all don't got no idea how fucking weird most of you are to begin with. Don't you go judging my little quirks now, Mr. Masked Man.
Split stares at her in silence for a moment after her little outburst, noticing she's put on the full Split dialect.
What?
Huh. Y'all, huh?
Split snickers as he tries not to laugh. Shiner then immediately clasps her hands over her mouth in surprise, the embarrassment causing her to blush like the damn anime trope she is. This causes Split to laugh and walk away.
Y'all don't got no idea.
Shut up! This also actually happened.
I believe it. Yeah, that sounds like something that happened. Cammy and Brodingles at 3 a.m. Who wants to be Cammy and who wants to be Bro?
I guess I'm still Cammy.
Congratulations, I assign you Cammy Kin. Who's gonna be Bro?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, Alex is Bro. Cammy and Brodingles at 3 a.m. Fade in. Interior IR tower, Brodingles' bedroom, night. Brodingles lies in his bed, sleeping soundly as his door creaks open slowly. We see nothing but the silhouette and glowing eyes of Cammy as she slowly slithers in and over to him. Slowly, she rows over him in literally the creepiest fashion possible. Her hair all over the place, dark circles around her eyes indicating a lack of sleep. Slowly, she rows her hands above her head as if she were about to pounce, then grabs hold of Brodingles by his shirt collar, shaking him frantically.
Bro! Bro! Wake up!
She whisper shouts at him. He slowly groans away.
Cammy? I was sleeping. What time is it?
Bro.
Yeah?
Okay.
What is it?
Listen.
I ma'am.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Good.
Great.
Awesome.
All the while Cammy speaks, she gets all up in Bro's business, getting closer and sillier with each statement, getting nice and close with that last one before whispering in his ear.
It's 3 a.m.
Brodingles' eyes shoot open wide before he shot up to stand on his bed. Cammy now standing a foot or so away from said bed, arms crossed, a look of triumph on their face.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Holy shit!
Uh-huh.
Cammy!
Yeah?
It's 3 a.m.
The two look at each other with grins on their faces. Slowly, both of them start to chuckle, then laugh. Music building up in the background before a loud flash of color and music blaring goes by, a short montage of nonsensical bullshit that one might have on some kind of bender. The two wake up in the beanbag room, random shit scattered all around and a chicken running around the room. The two wake up groaning, not wanting to move as they lay spread out on the beanbags.
Fuck.
I know.
And now, on to the most important. Okay,
yes.
so Phil is in this one. Who would like to be
wonderful.
Phil?
Oh, I'd love to be Phil.
Okay.
We're gonna have to split up the Steel and Split though, because I was them last time.
Yeah, I'll be Steel.
Okay. Alex, I assign you Split Kin.
Alright, fuck, yo. Great.
Okay, Queen, you will be Atlas.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, cool. Unless you would like to be Atwis, Nat.
I mean, I could do an Atlas.
You know what? You can be Atwis. Queen has had
Yeah.
to talk a lot. Now, for the most important question of all time. Does Steel have a dick? IR Tower! Hallway! Day! We start the scene with Cammy, Phil, and Atwis all whispering to themselves in a huddle. All blushy and shit.
I mean, does he?
He has to.
But he's a robot. It doesn't really make sense for him to.
Cammy, quit crushing my dreams.
They continue to whisper to themselves as Split walks up, pausing to look over at them.
Sup?
The three are suddenly broken out of their trance of gossip with a jump, and Cammy nearly shrieks as she jumps from surprise. Thankfully, Phil was there to skillfully cover her mouth as to not disturb anyone.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Nat, you're Atwis.
Dubba, sorry, my computer freaked out.
Oh, I see.
Okay, it closed a tab on me, so,
Just say what's up.
what's up?
Split cocks his head at their collective weirdness.
What were y'all talking about?
I think I closed that one, I'm so sorry.
Oh no! Here, I got you. Hold on.
Oh, thank you, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
All right, in call. Here we go.
There it is.
We're pros.
Yeah, just Control F down to Atwis.
Control F.
What
F.
talking?
And then just type down Atwis.
That's not helping.
It
I'm
should
just
be
gonna
like
scroll down. What page is it on?
What?
Page
What?
5.
5?
Your
Perfect.
next line is what? Talking. No one was talking. That's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. What? Talking. No one was talking. That's crazy.
Yeah, what are words? How does one sound? This sounds like some black magic stuff to me.
Split then looks at Cammy, who still has her mouth covered by Phil. The longer he stares, the redder she gets before she finally breaks from Phil's gasp with a whine.
We're trying to figure out if Steel has a dick!
She is cut off as Phil attempts to silence her again. Both him and Atlas looking a lot more nervous as their speculation is practically revealed. Split stares at the other two now.
Talk.
No, fuck you! I don't gotta tell you shit!
We're trying to figure out if Steel's got a dick.
Phil stares at Atlas with betrayed disgust for a moment, and in response, Atlas simply shrugs back at him.
What? I like him dominant.
Phil goes from a disgusted look to a betrayed squint.
Fair play.
Split brings a hand to his chin, thinking about it for a second before looking over and seeing Steel in the lounge, sitting on the couch as he messes with some high-tech tablet.
Yo, Steel!
Cut to a frontal view of him. Split and the rest of the crew can be seen behind him.
What?
You got a dick?
Sometimes. Why?
Not a reason.
Okay.
Steel holds up his arm, giving a thumbs up back at Split in the group. Cut to said group where everyone except Split is looking on in horror and shock at Steel. Split turns back to them.
There you go. Sometimes.
He then keeps walking while the rest contemplate life.
Sometimes you screw it on, sometimes you screw it off.
Establishing Invidibit. Okay, so Darby and Xander are in this, and then Uprising is in it, and so is Invidibit. So,
Nice.
Alex will be Xander as he's been assigned Xanderkin. Darby will be Darby. Queen, you will be Uprising. Nat,
Okay.
you will be Invidibit.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna start assigning people IRKin, which feels very weird because this means I'm assigning my friends.
Well, this is the end of it for this stream, at least.
Thank
So,
God. We open this skit with Darby and Xander having a conversation of literally nothing important in the IR lounge.
so that's why I had to bury the guy in the backyard.
Uh-huh. And how did we start talking about this?
Huh? You know, I have no idea. Please don't tell anyone about this.
As the two spoke, the shot changes to look over their shoulder, seeing Invidibit peeking out from the doorway, starry-eyed. Then zoom in on her as the conversation fades until we cut to a side shot of Invidibit staring out at them. That is before Uprising turns up behind them with a confused glance.
What are you doing?
Invidibit suddenly jumps with a squeak as they're spooked by being caught, a light blush of embarrassment on their face as they turn to face the other.
Nothing? What are you doing?
Watching you, as it seems to me, spy on people?
I wasn't
Air quotes.
spying on people.
Then what were you doing?
Watching them from far away.
So, spying.
I wasn't spying!
Uprising laughed, shrugging as Invidibit huffed and crossed their arms. Just then, both Xander and Darby pop in from the doorway.
What the hell's going on over here?
We heard shouting. Is everything okay?
Invidibit's eyes widened as the two came in, herself getting more flustered and her cheeks darker before finally raising her hands and shouting,
Nope!
She then proceeded to storm off past Uprising, leaving the rest there to look at each other.
So, we all cool here?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool! Who are you again?
And Xander asked with a raised brow and a pointed finger. Pretty fucking rude dude here. Darby simply stared at him for a moment and Uprising sighed, snapping her fingers, then disappearing, causing the other two to recoil in surprise as a footstep trail from where she was standing walks away.
What the fuck?
Wow!
Serious observer skit. Interior IR Tower, Brodingle's room. Evening. Who wants to be Brodingles? You have one
I
line.
guess I'll do the thing.
Thank you.
Thank you,
open
Gina.
to a side view of Brodingle's
Brodinliga.
Cardinal
His door. Guys, stop! Brodingle's room. His door to the direct left with the rest of the room in partial view. The room is dark and silent, some muffled noise soon approaching to interrupt the silence before the door is opened by Bro himself, who was waving goodbye to whoever was outside.
Later, guys. It was fun. Good night.
And with that, he closed the door, letting out a deep sigh before turning on the light to the room and making his way further in. His smile still on his face as he made his way over to his bed, getting down on his knees and looking underneath before sliding out a rather large office box. The shot changes to look over Bro's shoulder as he opens up the box, revealing an organized set of files, all labeled in alphabetical order. He flips through the files before pulling out a sheet, getting up off his knees and making his way over to the desk. He grabs a pencil and begins writing. We then get another over-the-shoulder shot of the sheet. It was well organized, almost like a picture of Phil on the upper left-hand corner of the paper, with his name, height, weight, to the right. Some things filled out, some not. Meanwhile, near the bottom of the page, Bro... Anonymous Quagga, your name is getting in the way of what I'm trying to read. Bro writes various notes on Phil's person, and with this shot, the scene fades, leaving it all vague as fuck.
Ooh.
Thank you, Split.
Can I just say, by the way, I love how we keep being somewhat consistent with the voices, but we all keep taking turns on Bro.
Yeah.
No one can capture his essence, but Bro didn't.
Yes.
Right, so, that's all of the skit scripts, which means we can now get into plot shit. So I'm gonna tell you guys about web revisions to the best of my ability, which won't be very good, because I wasn't here for most of the web revisions shit. But the short version of web revisions is that, as has previously been mentioned, Split is a dimension hopper. And the universe he was in before Internet Remix was he was working in the building of this YouTube channel called Web Revisions, which has a bunch of, like, gender-bent versions of, like, IR in there. So, I believe the concept for Web Revisions was that, like, there was some dimensional bullshit. I think Split might have gone back through, like, the dimensional hole or something to get chips or something, and they just followed him through. And upon meeting IR, immediately, Web Revisions and IR had to have, like, a who is the better double here fight. So they all try to fight, but in the end, they're just, you know, we're all just perfectly fine people, and this is stupid. Except for Titania.
Except Titania.
Except for Titania, who...
yes, she's the worst.
There she is. Except for Titania, who, I don't know why I put Squad Orange Part 2 here, because Squad Orange Part 2 isn't until the Titania fiasco.
Yeah.
And that comes technically a little later, so I don't know why I pulled it up. I'm very organized. Anyway, the Titania, we'll do that later. That was 9,000 first. Right, so Web Revisions was a thing, and then we would have had, and between that there would have been, you know, small squad shit, dumb family shit, us running Trader Jones, the whole thing where Split finds the meta script in Goggles' room, and, like, you know, sibling adventures like you do. Anyway, eventually we would get to the finale of Season 1, which is Atlas 9000. TLDR, because of their hologramic status and their natural control over anything electronic and networked, when Atlas goes a little haywire, the results are quite dramatic. Due to event that needs to be flashed out more, Atlas has gone a little off the rails. Usually this would be a minor issue, but because they're literally wired into whatever they want, things get a little out of control at the tower when everyone's favorite neighborhood hologram decides to play a little bit of God. In combination of the style of HAL 9000, GLaDOS, President Eden, and War Games, Atlas takes control of IR tower systems and proceeds to put things into a very strange lockdown of sorts. Through a combination of puzzles, challenges, and brute force, the IR members trapped inside must make their way to the top of the tower and reason with their temporary hologram overlord.
Atheist?
Yes. Once the journey is done and everyone has made their way to the top and said their piece, Atlas glitches out and then comes back to their senses. They don't remember doing anything. Turns out they were just in the middle of defragmenting their memory banks, doing some routine maintenance, and everything is fine and dandy now. There's also some, clips of, tragic backstory, maybe it's a little existential, because how can you reconcile your humanity when you're technically no longer bound by human trappings? Woo! This also would have been, apparently, Atlas somehow steals Trader Jones from Alex, and he feels betrayed, and now he understands.
Finally I understand, Trader Jones.
Trader Jones, it's in the name.
So this one would have been basically just a big ol' RPG sort of adventure as we try to make our way through the tower to reason with Atlas, and also probably would have at some point walked through a hospital room or something, which is very dramatic and mysterious. So we would have gotten Atlas's backstory and stuff there, probably. It would have been neat. Right. So after that would have ended season 1, because I divided this into seasons for some reason. Shortly after that, we'd get into the season 2 premiere, aka the Titania fiasco. So, everyone from Web Revisions went home, except for Titania, who is a gender-bent version of Steel and is 100% a badass fighty robot. So that's fine. Let me see if I can find the— nope, I can't find the initial thing. Oh, no, there it is. The thing with the Titania fiasco is it's had to have a lot of rewriting. But the short version is she's just, decides to— oh, here it is, I found it. Thank you, Split, for writing this down. Oh, here we are. At some point, Split ends up opening a gate to the Web Revisions verse in order to retrieve his stuff. The Web Revisions folks show up, we have the big ol' fight, they all go back home, except for Titania, who didn't exactly come to the same conclusion as the rest of her team. She instead, after a short while of sneaking around and analyzing the threats, floods the building with a deadly neurotoxin, forcing all of the human members of the bunker into the basement, except for Steel, Juno, and Split. Steel and Juno stay out in the halls to fight Titania. Probably Steel fights her while Juno turns off the gas, and basically Steel's gotta fight, his cool, robot
lady self.
He made some cool art. There he is, being cool, ready to fight Titania. It's really fucking neat.
Nice.
So they fight, and it's really cool, and most importantly, Steel definitely dies in this and gets fucking, disintegrated. Woo! But it's okay, Titania's defeated, so that's fine. Yay!
Oh, yes, and also that makes me sad.
Yes. So everyone's very upset, and we all, have a fucking, funeral for him. But fortunately, Split and Juno go to Steel's room, and they find Steel's memory cube, because all Gizoid robots have a little memory cube that their personality is uploaded to.
Baymax!
Split convinces Juno to trust him with the cube due to the mutual bond that they had with Steel, and then Split jumps to the nearest Gizoid Inc. building and uses his identification as the Mysterious Stone, who just so happens to be best friends with the founder of the company. This is all stuff that is important for Split's shit, which I'm not gonna go too deep into because Gate Saga is Split's thing, and I feel really weird even trying to even start to scratch the surface of that. There's a lot. Ask him someday and he'll probably tell you. Anyway, the point is, he gets a new and improved Steel, brings the new shell back to Steel's room, lays it down, lets it get all set up while everyone else is at, Steel's funeral, and, basically everyone's come back from the funeral, and Steel just, runs out of his room in a panic, making sure everyone's okay, and everyone's just oh god, we thought you were dead! And everybody hugs. Yay!
Hey! Power friendship!
Power friendship. It's really neat. And this is great because, well, first of all, we would have had cool robot fights, and Steel would have gotten to be cool. And that's Steel's
I'm dead.
already cool. But, you know, he also would have died, but it's fine. He'll get better.
Better.
This all leads into Squad Orange part. What? Actually, Xander gets on fire is actually first. Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that all
Xander gets
happens, and then there was a script that Xander and I never finished. But basically, Xander is trying to break into this room, and no one will let him in. And so Xander and Goggles go through a course of, like, increasingly over-the-top, like, Looney Tunes attempts to break into this fucking room. And, you know, Xander's, like, he keeps bashing into the door and shit, and occasionally Alex will open the door and just fix him with a look and shake his head and close the door, which only fills Xander with more rage. And everyone's like, Xander, listen, just step back, it's gonna... And Xander just will not take it. And eventually, Xander just fucking loses it and just starts going like, alright, I planted depth charges underneath the building, the bombs here and here, and he just goes on this long rant about how this place is set to fucking blow now, and Goggles just stands there holding up a sign that just says, Xander, that's domestic terrorism. And so Xander's like, I'll show them, and right as he's about to, like, he hits the button, and then he's like, and as he goes to leave, suddenly, like, the doors open, and I was like, Xander, come on in! And it turns out it's a party for Xander, because he's finally been rehired. Yay!
Yay!
And everyone says how much they love Xander, and how happy they are to have him back on the team, and it's very sweet and heartwarming, and Xander's so happy, and, like, Alex goes to hand him a slice of cake, and then Xander's like, oh fuck, I forgot to cancel the depth charges. And it all goes off, the whole party gets fucking destroyed. And then it's just like, oh, am I still fired? No, you just have to clean up, okay. And then it just cuts to, like, the credits are rolling, and it's just a shot of, like, Goggles and Xander sitting there in this destroyed room, just eating the cake in silence. This is good buttercream. Yeah. At the end of that, Xander, having been so grateful to his best friend Goggles, who is his best friend and his sidekick, who has been there with him this whole time, out of, you know, out of admiration and kindness and just general love, he gives her his elder sign necklace, which is fine and will have no consequences.
Bum, bum, bum.
So Squad Orange!
All right, so let's see. Where do we pick off? Okay.
We're on the second encounter.
Okay, so yeah, they're like, oh no, she's missing. Evil robots have kidnapped her. They come in like, we'll stop you, evil robots. We're like, dude, we're just vibing. But yeah, obviously. Sorry, I thought somebody knocked on my door. Obviously, Tangerine, being the robophobic one, attacks first, with the rest of the group following suit. Orange is like, oh my god, please don't do this. But
please don't do this. Orange is like,
Bullet.
please don't. And Tangerine's like, I'ma do it. Please no. I'm doing it.
Orange shakes head no. Tangerine shakes head yes. Maybe we should yeah, long story short, we beat them up. Orange is like, okay, yeah, told you this was a bad deal. Let's get out of here. And then Tangerine's like, I will remember. Tangerine will remember this.
Yeah,
then,
I vows revenge. That's great. I'm gonna yeet you out of the tower now.
Oh, this is why I put the second encounter in season 1, because this actually is before the Titania thing. God.
You fool! You buffoon!
Yeah, anyways, well, now you know it's before the Titania thing.
There we
but
go.
Yes, Tangerine also has a bad headache. Oh, that's not ominous at all.
It's fine.
Okay, so after Titania is defeated, the future that the Squad Orange came from becomes inaccessible. So because, you know, in this timeline, she don't exist, and now they're stuck in the time stream. Whoops. They're trapped. So Squad Orange becomes trapped in the present because the time streams have diverged too far. It takes too much energy to get back to their future. And they are mad.
Why?
They're very mad. I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with the fact that we stranded them from their families and friends and their future and their lives.
It's fine.
Oh.
It's probably fine. They figure out that Titania's disappearance is the cause of this, and they're like, "Oh, so it's your fault, specifically you two robots." And we're like, "Oh."
And then they fight.
Yeah, and then they fight, but then Orange is like, "Okay, guys, okay, guys, chill. Let's just. These people are like obviously the ones, obviously like the cool people who do all the world-saving things and all that. So let's talk to them." And Orange suggests that they like return to Alex, splitting the others for help. Tangerine's still mad. She's still having migraines, yelling at the others, members of the members of the squad. And then she comes by herself and attacks us again. You know, because she hates us. And then she falls out of the tower, symbolizing her fall from grace. And she says, when we beat her up this time, she becomes uncomfortably calm and says, "I will defeat the robot menace, even if I have to level this entire tower with you in it."
Cool.
And then
that's fine.
And then she falls, and then we look for the body on the pavement, and it's gone. And this is totally not how Takumi became possessed by Anankos and Fire Emblem Fates, but
it's fine.
Dust then tells Steel or somebody that it's her fault, and she will make sure that Tangerine is saved. Nobody knows what Dust is talking about.
Woo!
It's probably
Suspicion.
It's fine. But the rest of that is a Season 3 problem. Woo! So that's all the Squad Orange stuff. Other stuff that happens in this season, probably this is when we would have brought up Jordan's backstory, maybe Moon's backstory, he's an alien, surprise. JoJo's backstory also. There's probably also some other internet city stuff. But we don't have any specifics for that, but we do have the start of the Flux arc, which I'm finally gonna talk about now.
Yes.
I hope you're fucking ready.
I am sat comfortably.
Buckle up, get some popcorn.
So this is Flux.
Chunk.
Get ready.
She's beautiful.
Yes. Alright. So I'm just gonna go over what I wrote down in the plot proposal and then start explaining from there. Okay, so like I said, Goggles is an eldritch being. She has been brought into existence by everyone's general creative energy, and like her being there like rewrites reality. She is forever writing out what happens in IR Tower. She can influence things to an extent, but she's mostly just a fucking conduit for like the energy that's happening. It's fine. It's okay. Basically, so how do I explain this? So she's instinctively drawn to any and all plot happenings. She has the ability to warp and trigger said plot happenings. She needs to make the story happen. The creative energy works through Goggles. She isn't in control of it. She's a conduit. At first she thinks she's just writing for fun, but then it becomes clear early on that she is not. So from there she just assumes she can use her power for good. She'll structure the plot so there's character development and eventually happy endings and things will be good, and they're my friends, but that is fine. She is aware of all plot things, so she knows everybody's cruel backstories because she needs to know, but she is bound by the force of dramatic tension and the energy she's made from. She must proceed with the most interesting option. This may have gotten incorporated. Spoiler alert, a lot of the Flux art got incorporated into DMP. She must proceed with the most interesting option. She can alter and shift things to some extent. She cannot make anyone act out of character or completely shift reality. She does her best to keep the secret from everyone else because she's scared of what will happen if people find out what's going on. Split and Steel are the ones who are mostly aware of what's going on. Steel's memory banks are stores in interdimensional clouds, so his memory is ripple-proof, so he's aware the universe is shifting, but he can't really pinpoint what the issue is. Split pretty much immediately realizes something is up, and there's a few scenes of him pressing the issue before he finds her, closet. He's like, so how long have you really been here? And Goggles conveniently is like, oh! He's like, so how long have you really been here? Then conveniently someone will always call Goggles out of the room. Or basically, the universe is like, no. You will not know this. But eventually, he comes across the writing closet. It's fine. Says it's meta. Goggles freaks out. Split agrees to keep it a secret. It's not hurting anybody. Yet. Goggles does have negative thoughts and anxieties, as most people do, and she gets easily overwhelmed by them. So she just writes a lot of dark fan fiction. Unfortunately, her muses are her friends. So that's primarily who gets the horrible things happening to them in her writing. None of these writings fit the canon, so nothing happens to them. Then Xander gets unfired after a series of increasingly ridiculous plots with Goggles. Out of gratitude for her help, really, Goggles' existence just ensured he'd fail in Looney Tunes-esque ways, he gives her the necklace he wears, which happens to be the Elder Sign. This necklace is why Goggles was unknowingly drawn to Xander in the first place. She wanted the energy, and the instant she gets the necklace, what happens is pretty much inevitable. The Elder Sign pumps up Goggles' power level and also affects her emotions more negatively. First, it's fun! Shipping stuff starts actually happening? That's cool! But it does weird Goggles out, since that's not supposed to be happening. She continues working off stress via darker writing, but then the things that she writes start actually happening. People start getting hurt, like really hurt, especially the people that she's close with. After all the best writing has bad things happening to your favorites. Goggles tries to stop writing, only to have the words start etching into her skin instead, so that she can't stop writing. At one point, Split confronts her, saying, hey, could you maybe stop with the Murphy's Law shit for a little bit? She can't. And then, then it's like, oh, my big brother also doesn't support me. Oh god, I'm getting very overwhelmed. So things are going real bad for Goggles. It's fine. As things start piling up and shifting, Steel finally decides enough is enough. He switches to noir mode to try to figure out what's going on with these shifts in reality, probably with some kind of sidekick. He investigates and eventually he figures out what's going on with Goggles and corners her. Unfortunately, the confrontation doesn't go well. Someone gets emotional about the fact that, hey, so you've been manipulating my life? And Goggles is crushed and essentially snaps. All I do is cause people pain. It would be best for everyone if I didn't exist. So she tries to do that. Unfortunately, by this point, her negativity is combined with the creative energy to form its own existence, and that personality is Flux, and she has other plans. Flux, unlike Goggles, is in full control of her reality warping powers thanks to the Elder Sign. So, she takes over Internet Tower, leisurely making her way to the mod manager room and plunging everything in black ink with snaps of her fingers. Some of the crew are able to escape the tower in time or just aren't home. For instance, Alex was out shopping and he just walks up to see the tower has just been plunged in darkness, and he's just like, oh, it must be Tuesday, and then just breaks out a fucking lawn chair, sits down. Sits down to
Looks like
wait.
I have all the palm sizzle.
I will wait. So, some crew aren't home. Those that Goggles is particularly close with outright don't have the option, as if the world is twisting itself to ensure that they don't leave or can't leave. Split does have the opportunity to leave. By all means, he should leave. He can dimensionally warp himself out of it, but he won't leave because that's his little sister. Those who are trapped in the tower are shoved into separate rooms and put through their worst nightmares. Yay!
I love how there's another sentence and it just cuts off.
Yeah, I was writing and then I stopped for some reason, and I don't know why I stopped, but
God.
Basically Flux coming into being would have been what ended season 2, and then season 3 would have been the Flux arc, wherein all kinds of shit happens. So yeah, this is Flux. She has, obviously, some of her design went into Murder God. But the concept was, black ink, and there's, writing and stuff going up her arms and legs and all that, like you do. Basically, the Flux arc is partially so I could write out, the worst possible extension of Ascended fan possible. And, part of this obviously became DMP. But a big part of it was just whatever characters are trapped in there, they are being put through the worst thing possible.
Mm-hmm.
So Cammy here, she doesn't want to go into water, so Flux drowns her. She puts her in a room with Crescenda and just has Crescenda talking to her and holding Cammy down while the room just fills with water. Woo! I know that, Shiner got to see, Split dead, and your fault all over the room, because, all of your friends are dead, and it's your fault because you led the mob to them.
Yeah, fun.
I can't find the picture, but I know there's an image of like basically she makes it so Steel is like having the illusion of being human, but his insides are still robots. So there's a sketch somewhere of Steel spitting out like blood and like oil and gears. It's real fucked. It was fine. Just fine. Totally fine. A-okay. I know Darby, I believe that she, like, erased all of, like, your, like, just sort of had all of your memories be erased, one after the other.
Yeah, it was a situation where, like, he was trying to, trying to relate with her, trying to, be a good guy, and be like, it's okay, and like you can overcome this. And she does this thing where she like turns the room black, and like Darby's in this just like black dome of a room, and suddenly like these basically illusory TV screens of his memories start popping up, and like I guess she does something like snap her fingers, and one after the other they start just shattering, and that represents his memories. And so his worst fear come to life. He's losing his mind. He's losing the best things about who he is. Yeah. Steel had some concept art, and I'm looking for it on my computer, but I can't find it.
I was trying to find it.
Right.
And I have really struggled because like we had so much flux.
I know. I should have saved more of this stuff.
I know that of course Split is stuck there because of course he is. He's her big brother. So Flux like really fucks with Split because of course she does. I had some stuff written down, basically, like, she calls him a poor, lost little boy who belongs to nothing and nobody. And just generally plays on, like, here it is, I wrote it down.
That's not very nice.
I hope you're ready for mean!
That was very nice.
Oh, please.
This is where I was pouring all of my Murder God shit before Murder God was a person. So you might notice some of this sounds like MG.
Murder God? Beyonce?
Right. So like I know like she's bringing up like all this shit that Split did back when he was a different person. Because Split was once a completely different person named Stone, and Stone's done some real bad shit. And so she tries to, like, reach for his mask and goes on about how, you know, you're just a lost little boy, you belong to nothing and nobody, this is who you really are, and he, like, grabs her wrist and will not let her remove the mask because, you know, who he was before doesn't matter. He refuses to put up with that shit, so they start physically fighting, and by physically fighting, I mean she throws everything she can at him, and Split just sort of shrugs it off and avoids it, because no, he's not going to fight his little sister. So, she just starts being like, oh, you know, here's all of your friends who died, here, oh no, look, you've stabbed your friend. Oh wait, it's me. Oh no, it's everyone you've ever loved dying all around you. Oh, you're not bothered by this. And she's very mad that it's not bothering him. So they just keep fighting and just going on, and she's just slowly fucking losing it because Split does not care. And finally, like, she tries to, spit this whole thing here about, you know, you're a sad little boy. Sure, you have freedom, but you and I both know what that means. Freedom isn't anything. It's nothing. It's empty. You'll run forever and ever, and maybe you'll stop for a while. You'll rest your weary head, and maybe for a little while you'll pretend. But you're just playing house. You're just toying with the idea of it. It's a nice fantasy, but that's all you've got. Eventually you'll run, because you always do, and in the end, that's all you are. You're just some scared, lost little boy with nothing and no one, and you will run like you always do. And, you know, Split just says he won't, and he goes to try to give her a hug, and then she stabs him.
Oh my god!
She didn't think he would take being stabbed because he has not, you know, reacted to anything else she threw at him. So he takes being stabbed by her because he assumed he was hugging his little sister, And then she's scared and confused and like, oh, no, wait, you weren't supposed to actually be hurt. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, no. So she freaks out and then just finally storms up, like, fine, fuck it. If you're not gonna play with me, I'm gonna fucking leave. You're never getting your sister back. I'm out. Bye. Fuck you. So she leaves. And then Split has to, like, drag his bleeding ass through the tower, helping people break out of their worst memories and shit. Like, at one point he finds Cammy, who is, like, you know, fucking drowned, and he has a big ol' freak out, because he's like, wow, I just saw images of all my friends dying and it being my fault, and here's my friend on the floor, dead, and he's a little freaked out, and then fortunately she coughs some stuff up, and then Split's just like, oh my god, oh, you're okay, and he's like, really freaked out for a second, and Cammy's like, oh god, Split's never freaked out, and then they're both like leaning on each other to get up and go find Goggles. So they make their way through the tower and they help everyone get up, and eventually they make it to the mod room, and that's where, you know, Flux is, and eventually they, you know, talk her down, and Split gives her a big ol' cool down hug, and congratulations! You did all these horrible things! Woo! And
You
now
did it!
And they managed to get the fucking elder sign necklace off of her, and everything actually ends up being fine. But, you know, now Goggles has to deal with the horrible guilt, and also it's like, now she just sort of, if Goggles is stressed, Flux shows up. It's just when Flux shows up, she no longer has reality warping powers. She just is there, existing as an obnoxious child, doing shit like looking a person dead in the eyes and shoving a glass off of a countertop, while Splits just is like, stop that. Because she doesn't have reality powers anymore.
Spritzes her.
Just like spritzes with water. Stop!
No.
Do
Bad.
you mind? I'm a reality destroying monster. No, you're just my incredibly obnoxious little sister. No, Goggles is your little sister. No.
I am your reckoning. I will.
Hey, stop that, stop
Basically,
it.
yes. Just like
No,
So-
bad. Off the counter. Off the counter.
stop.
knocks over
Sorry.
glass.
Listen, it's Goggles' bedtime. I'm not Goggles. Well, that's too bad.
Congratulations, it's your bedtime now, too.
Wow, what a shame.
I'm taking you. You're going to bed. I'm reading you a bedtime story.
Yes, so, obviously Flux was very much, proto-Murder God. I actually drew this around when Murder God was becoming a thing, and part of the reason why Murder God got her design is because I was like, well, I can't use Flux, because eventually we're gonna do the Flux arc. And then we did. But, I still really love this image, and I still, like, God, here's, like, a sketch that Steele did that looks really cool. Isn't it neat? And,
Nice.
that one, and Split the... Yeah, that's all of them, I think, aside from this very sad Goggles. She's fine.
Oh,
She's okay. It's fine. She's just a crying
Aw.
child with problems.
God. This reminds me a lot of Princess Tutu, actually, which I really like.
You know, I've never seen Princess Tutu, and I've had multiple people tell me, hey, you should check out Princess Tutu, and I should probably do that.
But yeah, there's a character in Princess Tutu who, like, can write stories, but at first only half of the story comes true. So, like, at one point there are these crows terrorizing the town. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna write a story where I defeat the crows. So the crows come to his house, but he can't defeat them, and his parents die protecting him, and it's really sad.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, so that was the Flux arc, and then afterwards everyone has to, like, you know, deal with that.
Process.
Just Alex comes in once this is all done. Well, I'm gonna put the palm sizzle away now.
Well, that concludes the slightly eventful Tuesday.
Just, like, put stuff away while Split's sitting there with, like, bandages around him. Several people look shell-shocked. Goggles is asleep. Wow! I'm sure nothing bad happened here.
Yeah. Alex just looks over the destruction. Alright, you got the rest of the day and tomorrow off. I want this shit cleaned up by Thursday.
God. So yeah, from there, season 3 had Cammy's circus pass, which was supposed to basically be like, so Cammy's been drowned and her PTSD has come back now because of the drowning thing.
That's fun.
And then, you know, Crescenda, then the Magician and Co. show up to steal Cammy back. And they do so, and also, you know, proceed to fucking wreck up the tower. Because so many plots from IR are just people show up to wreck IR tower. Wow.
You know, you'd think we would have to go out of our way to solve crime, but no, the crime comes to us.
Every time.
Every time.
God. So, like, you know, Cammy is kidnapped and stolen away, and Shiner's gotta deal with her past, and, you know, the Magician shows up, and Shiner shoots him.
I think, does she shoot him?
You said I know she shoots someone, I can't remember whom. Cause like,
no, go ahead.
All I had here was from Cammy's thing, and Cammy's thing did not incorporate your stuff, so I actually am not, like, sure.
Right. I have a few pictures from Chi-Chi that she drew. They're somewhere, but from what I remember, I think I stabbed the Magician, actually, because we can't kill them, but, like, we're trying to, like, get them to a point where they can't really do any more damage while we go and escape.
Yeah.
Huh.
Correct. Yeah. So we fight off the Magician, go save Cammy. We talked about that last time, unless there's anything else you want to go over, Nat.
I don't think so. I think it was mostly covered.
Yeah. So that was all a thing. We probably addressed some other past stuff that came up in the Flux arc. I know there was a scene where, like, Darby, like, sits down with Goggles and, like, forgives her, which is very sweet, very Papyrus-esque.
It was a fun scene.
It's fine. It's very Papyrus-esque. I realized years later that Goggles and Flux are basically Frisk and Kara.
Oh.
Whoops. That's fine.
It was 2017. It was a lot harder to escape Undertale.
Yes. I like years later I was like, fuck, that was just Frisk and fuck. God damn it. Oh well, it's fine. They're their own characters. It's fine. There were probably some past stuff. And then Squad Orange Part 4 comes up.
Okay. Oh boy, this is the fun part.
This is the fun part, yes.
Alright, so everybody else other than Tangerine is like, we're sorry. We overreacted. Please help us get home. And Split's like, nah fam, that's not how that works. And they're like, well, shoot, we're stuck here. Somebody has to ask about Tangerine because she's not with him. And Squad Orange is like, we haven't seen her after she pitched herself off of your tower. And so there's that. Orange comes back after a while and she's just like, okay, help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, Internet Remix. You're our only hope. And then
as long
Orange
as we
is
get
like,
to leave the tower this time.
Yeah, they get to leave the tower, yes. Except for me, Steel, and Atlas. We're like, okay, you three stay behind. You are going to literally die if you come. And we kind of have to sit there twiddling our thumbs a bit. I guess this leads into like what potentially could have been like a funny little like, oh yes, Robot Squad does yes, AI Squad does fun shenanigans times. And then Darby comes back and it's like, oh no, Darby looks serious. This must be serious.
It's serious time.
Yeah. And the rest of us come back and it's like, oh no, Tangerine is super possessed. Like, she's like beyond possessed. And is controlling the other members of the squad. It's very bad. And we'll talk about what's possessing Tangerine later. But for now, let me just tell you the name of the thing, if I'm okay to spill that now, since we're getting close.
I mean, we've said the name before.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true. Okay, so it is Legion. It is the Legion that we mentioned Legion a bit last time, but yes, Legion is the presence that is possessing Tangerine. Yes, and long story short, we fight.
We fight.
Fight.
Legion is like, yes, my plan is coming to fruition. Blah 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 blah. Dust is revealed to be Tangerine's lover and tries to get through to her. And you know, it's peak gay time. Dust gets wounded pretty badly by the possessed Tangerine, but Dust nevertheless pulls Tangerine close and kisses her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So here's why Legion possessed Tangerine. She has a pretty weak will because of her anger towards robots and how much she's let that consume her. She's also let that hatred like extend to IR because of three AI things in the team, and B, they're kind of the reason that she's stuck there because of Titania. So that hatred is like it's the thing that's keeping her from seeing the way that Dust loves her, and upon this revelation, she's like, "Wait, what? Oh no! I think I stabbed you.
Oh no! I stabbed my girlfriend.
I stabbed you multiple times." And yeah, this is so because Steel and like there and the rest of us were the ones who brought Dust to Tangerine. Tangerine's like, okay, I was wrong about you. You're not bad. And then she becomes less robophobic.
Yay!
We defeated the CEO of Robophobia.
Yay!
We did it!
The future has changed. Squad Orange can't go back. That is the reason. What? That is a yeah. This was established back when Titania was beat.
Mm.
They've just kind of come to terms with the fact that they're stuck here, and they learn to deal with it. And
It's fine.
yeah,
It's fine. They opened a juice bar.
It's fine.
it's
They
fine,
opened
they opened
juice
the juice bar.
They're fine. It's fine. They're so gay. I love
Juice
it.
bars are better than family.
It's fine. It's fine. So it's very good. Very good. I love them. And
That
this
was really
now
nice.
means we can talk about Legion. I love
All right.
it.
So this was, for all intents and purposes, gonna be the final arc of Internet Remix. I didn't originally intend it that way, but it very much became obvious that, yeah, this is kind of a final boss type of thing.
Yeah.
We peak here. With Legion.
All right. So, summary before the TLDR. Legion is not his true name. He is gone by many names, by many forms. But many upon many there are. So for convenience's sake, Legion will do. Made of broken parts, empty shells, and unfinished stories, Legion is the forever born, the never formed, and the unmade. Thoughts and feelings, counteractive to each other, run through the labyrinthine passages that are his mind, always constructing and deconstructing themselves. His is a life that can never be fully lived. And since he cannot make it stop, he will make everyone join him. Especially the guilty ones in their ivory towers. The internet men, who for every tale completed left 1,000 broken. The androids who create and create but never anything meaningful. And the one in goggles, who could have done so much with her power but spent it on such ridiculous things as shipping.
Amazing.
But now, that changes. They have learned of fear. Now they will know hate. My name is Legion. For we are many.
Yeah.
Too long didn't listen. An eldritch abomination known as Legion, crafted from unfinished stories, takes physical form, and he's drawn in by the pain, suffering, angst, yada yada yada, all that bullshit that happens in IR Tower because there are 20 characters with sad backstories. He intends to make everyone suffer for eternity with no hope of an end. Wow, redundant much? So everyone can be like he is. He's fun. Legion's a fun dude.
Fun guy. A really fun
Must be
dude.
great at parties.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Legion was the one possessing Tangerine, basically as a test run, thinking, well, this isn't a satisfying ending. I hate not having an ending! And somehow that makes the leap, well, if I kill everyone, then it'll be an ending! And then that didn't happen, so he's like, alright, I'm taking off the kid gloves now. So then someone is going out for routine errands, like picking up groceries, getting a juice bar, yada 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 in the next city. And people they pass by start talking to them as if they're having one long conversation, despite it being many, many different people who could not possibly have heard the previous parts of the conversation. Then characters from old webcomics and stories start appearing and then disappearing mid-convo, like, hey, that shouldn't be happening. I remember that guy. I used to write about him when I was a kid. What happened? And then I don't know what happens. And then somewhere Alex runs into one of his old characters and gets stabbed. So like, because Alex is basically One Punch Man in Internet Remix universe, nothing previously has really been able to hurt him. Except Legion. So that happens and everyone's like, oh fuck. This is real bad. And then as if that wasn't enough of a demonstration of Legion is not fucking around, there is this whole scene where I wrote down something like that one scene from American Werewolf in London, in quote, so I assume that wasn't me who said it. Having done the research, it's probably a scene where, like, I have brought back all the bodies of everyone you've left suffering in your wake to point out how much of a bastard you are, and then all of the internet turns against Internet Remix under Legion's power.
Excellent.
And, like, it becomes obvious at that point that, hey, Legion's doing this because as an unfinished being without really a physical form of his own, he can jump bodies and possess people. And then it's revealed more obviously when he displaces their voice when talking and blood leaks out of their mouth because I am an edgy bitch.
Woo!
Oh,
Yeah.
it's creepy festive.
Why do I bring this up? Because he manages to do that to Alex, because Alex is wounded and can't fight back.
The imagery of that is really cool.
Yes, it's very cool.
So at this point, everyone's like, okay, this is real bad. Anyone got any ideas? I've got an Elder Sign. Should we bring Flux back in? Because, like, we've got one Eldritch Abomination. Why not throw another one at it and hope for the best? And then that doesn't work because there is no real physical way to ever stop Legion. So I had no idea what the ending was going to be, but I put down, like, maybe something like Paranorman where they finish a story for him and that makes him go away.
That's kind of how I pictured it, yeah. Like, they have a big ol', like, basically almost arguing over an ending until you come to a conclusion. Because I was picturing, like, it's like, okay, so we're gonna bring back Flux, and Flux is the worst. But the thing is that several other people have been, like, you know, first of all, Alex is out, and that's not cool. She likes Alex. Damn it. And also Legion took out Split, which is pretty wild, because nothing can take out Split.
And then Legion did it anyway.
Yes. So I kind of pictured being like, okay, so listen, we need you to do this thing, and Flux is like, oh no, you got the Split hoodie, that means things are real bad. So she puts on Split's hoodie and she goes to fight the Eldritch being. Yeah. And then they fight, but they don't fight because you gotta. I mean, here's the thing: Flux isn't good at like traditional fighting either, so we probably just argue out a story.
Doesn't work on me.
God, and it probably would have been really neat.
Yeah. Ironically for Legion, an Eldritch Abomination made of unfinished stories, he had the bad luck to be in the IR universe.
Yes.
That's how we defeated him. We didn't finish this.
Truly the most fitting end we possibly could have given. The last bad guy is not finishing the story.
Yes. God. And that's the whole IR vault, except for the last final thing, which is I had this whole pile of brainstorming meeting notes, and we had, you know, the world building Trader Jones Beach episode Ship Wars, Skype Zombies, Atlas 9000, Rainy Day Skit, and then at the very bottom it's the heading, I don't remember what this was for, and then a single bullet point that just says Phil Nurse Outfit.
That's how they beat Legion. They just send Phil in a nurse outfit.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright, I'm
hello.
done. I'm out.
And that's it. That's the IR vault, and we have 20
Wait,
minutes
where's
left.
revenge?
So I think
Where's the revenge gift?
we'll take questions. I think we will take questions if
Wait,
anyone has
please.
questions.
You gotta put up the revenge gift.
Oh, what?
Revenge.gif.
Oh, right. Please send me the revenge gif so I can pull it up.
Actually, let me see if I can find it. Yeah.
Oh Christ! What a trip.
I had somebody ask me. Someone asked, Kristen, have you ever thought about putting Flux in DMP? I did. Her name is Murder God.
There's a lot of stabbing in this story.
Like, listen. Of course, there's a lot of stabbing.
Yeah. I saw Saving Private Ryan way before I was supposed to, and the knife fight scene in Saving Private Ryan is brutal.
Oh my god, that's a memorable scene.
God. Had you gone through stuff and actually ended the story, what would you all have done after this? Ended it probably, because this would have taken us like 5 or 6 years. Would there be more plot, or were you just gonna do other stories? Guys, we don't know.
Unlikely.
Like,
the answer is unlikely.
There's a lot in the vault, so...
Yep. Okay, from...
We did cover the one thing that was mentioned, but Shiner was gone. Yes, we did those skits. Can you send ref pics of Flux? And yes, I'll put ref.
Flex.
Flex. Yes. That's
Flex.
Flux, but with muscles.
Yes. Let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do when Edgy Writing goes wild on you?
The part where Cammy was drowning, was that water similar to the floods? I don't know what the flood story is.
The one where Xander broke the walrus tube.
Oh!
I think it was a different thing.
I guess
that-
Cammy managed to conveniently avoid the water for the flood skit. Flex!
I legit was not thinking about what Cammy would do during the flood skit, so...
Yeah.
Look, the floods was just my framing device for a series of shorter skits. That's all. I did not put any thought into what it meant for the darker backstory, like, how could I foreshadow Legion with breaking Walrus's tube?
Oh, God.
Well,
Hyper
I just
Pro
wanna-
asked... Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Hyper Pro asked favorite drawing in the vault.
All of them.
I drew this when I first made DNP, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. It's too bad I can't use this, and I'm really excited to finally get to share this one, because it's really cool. Like, I could redraw it with Murder God, but I legitimately feel like it wouldn't be as cool. I find drawing Flux's hair to be very fun.
Like, it honestly looks like a Shel Silverstein cover or something, or like a chapter picture for a, I don't know, like Chronicles of Narnia or something.
No,
It's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually really proud of this one. So I'm excited that I got to share this, and I'm excited I got to share Flux Hoodie. I'm also excited that we got to share, you know, some of the Titania stuff and Squad Orange, even if we weren't able to share a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Flux chasing Phil now.
Please, it's very important.
This is very very
Oh.
important.
Churro asks, also to clarify, because I'm a bit confused. So Flux spawned off Goggles. Did Legion spawn off of Alex or someone else?
The idea behind it was that every time a story was made and left unfinished, it just kind of got cast off into a spooky void, and all of it came together to form Legion.
Oh dear.
So if we brought Legion back right now, we'd be very, very, very screwed.
We'd be
Mhm.
fucked.
Yeah.
No, if
I'm
we brought him
running
back,
on-
that would weaken him because we started to finish the story.
I'm running on like 5 or 6 levels of irony right now.
Speaking of framing device for shorter skits, there's a Blackout anthology. Oh god, the Blackout anthology! Oh my god. That didn't make it in, and we're gonna have to dig it up at some point. Not today, because that's like multiple other another day we'll break open the IR vault for the blackout skits.
I could totally see this like ending with like Legion's story just like being written by the group or whatever, or like stories being finished and weakening him. Then maybe like Alex just badass saying the end and like maybe punching Legion or something. Like that's the that's like the final word. Like totally could work.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Bowser saying it is I who nuts to that.
Also,
That's
did
very
Flux's
important.
crown translate into the halo? I need to know. That might have been part of why the halo happened, yes. Though Flux does not normally have a halo, it just doesn't normally have a crown, it just happens to look cool in this image.
It's pretty. God. So, when I just want to say, when I joined Internet Remix last year, because I was told, like, when I had the interview and everything that, you know, you weren't doing skits anymore, it was just streams, and I was, like, cool with that. But I always told myself that if I ever were to join and, like, have Queen in there, that I never wanted to really establish her big backstory, because A, that is a fucking novel in itself, and also I felt this feels too dark, and I was so light and happy. So imagine my shock. In the first week, I go into the plot proposal thing, just like, ooh, what's this? And find Flux, mind torture, people being stabbed.
You are a weak thing of flesh. I am eternity.
Okay, thanks, dude.
Welcome to Traitor Jones. Prepare for your imminent destruction. I am your unmaker. The total comes to 85 mint coins.
Right.
God.
Okay.
Did you find it?
No, not yet. Let me see if it's in another channel.
Now I gotta see if I have it. Let's see here. If Queen was in the story, what was the summary of her backstory?
There's Murder God stabbing.
summary?
Oh.
The summary.
Well, fuck. So basically, if it were to be her presented like as she is, what people would see is that, or would she tell, she's not human. She's a luminal, which basically is human, but she doesn't have like a normal heart. It's made of light.
Oh, fun.
But the thing about Queen is that it's also made of dark, so she can, in a sense, transform her appearance into creeps. And they're both like, you know, they're the same personality, but she just gets a cool, sexier outfit, and she can use Shadow Rune instead of Light Rune. Other things like people would eventually find out is that her dad, who she was really close to, is dead, but she now owns like this whole kingdom, and it's really nice and light and cute, but it's in another world, so fuck knows how she got to this one.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, because I always imagined and said that Queen she doesn't actually live at the tower, she kind of spends her time there and then goes back to her castle a lot, so she just flicks her time between the two. But yeah, that was about it. Like, if you want the full summary, join my Discord server, and I would love to tell you everything.
Cool.
God, I mean, I found this image. I'm like, what do I have? I don't know. God, I'm trying to find stuff. Like, we have things, but they are like I have. Now I'm just going through like my doodles and shit posting, which means I'm finding things like this very important image. He loves his tea.
Him do.
He loves his tea.
He ain't lying.
God, sad goggles. No. Picture of Flux. I think this was.
I found a GIF.
Yeah!
Oh, did you?
Saving it right now.
Yes.
All right.
This is very important.
I'm already in call. That helps. And nope. Come on. I don't want to copy everything in my downloads folder. My God.
There
Look
it
at that.
is. Yes! Revenge!
It's so
Oh my
funny.
Sad words.
Sad.
Sad words! God, I know we had shit in the Flux arc. Like, you know, there's all this edgy shit happening, and meanwhile, Flux just bullies Phil for revenge. And also, like, Xander's stuck there, but she's not, like, torturing him. He just can't get out. So, like, you know, the hallways are acting weird, and he goes to get cereal, and it's become horrifying and eldritch, and Xander's just like, okay, then. Xander's just, like, barely even noticing that the tower has gotten weird.
Oh, hey, Cammy, how you doing?
Yes,
Oh,
exactly. God.
This is wonderful with the lead pipe.
I don't know why this is in my shitposts folder, but it's a very important image. I can learn social skills.
I can learn.
Great, thanks. Thanks,
Wonderful.
past me. I really appreciate that you saved that. God. Do you know why it's in that folder? Because I actually don't know why it's in that folder. It did? Oh my god, you're gonna have to... Bro is informing me that he knows why it's in the folder, and I don't know what it is, so that's unfortunate. There's this very important image of Alex. It's really important.
Yep.
Aww.
There he is! There's Alex Internet!
Mambo number 5.
Important
Oh,
image
yeah.
that Steele very recently made of me driving in on a
Now, while I-
motorcycle with Starbucks to tell people how to handle emotions.
Now, while I
Oh,
didn't
that's
find, I wasn't able to find the Flux having revenge on Phil give. Thank you, Alex. I did find this cool stuff that I made.
Ooh. Ooh. Neat. Let me open these. There's got some gifts. Very cool. She's so cute. And
Yes,
evil.
a little murder bean.
A little murder bean. I love her.
Before our murder bean was a thing.
A murder bean
Aw.
before our murder bean was a thing. I love her.
Cool.
So good. Let's see here. What else? Now I'm just now I gotta dig through the shitposts vaults and see what we find. Buff gods.
Well, I'm about to be called away. It's almost
All right.
Okay.
din
Alright.
time.
Later, Darby.
Thank you all for this. This was awesome.
Yeah, this was fun. Thank you for joining
Yeah.
us.
Thank you. And y'all have a good night, everyone who's watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So Flux having a hole in her chest, eh? I think I just made that because I was, like, depressed. Yeah, I made this in 2018. I think this was vent art. Yay! Flux was my vent character before, like I said, this is pre-Murder God, essentially. So, I couldn't tell you. I think I was just sad, presumably. Oh, yeah! Here's from the time when we were all sick. Here's Darby offering us all soup.
Aww. Okay, guys, who wants soup?
Soup.
I hate soup. There's a rule on my Discord server to not offer me soup when I'm sick because I hate it.
Oh, really? Why?
I'm going to join your Discord server, offer you soup, and go for the soup banned % speed run.
Banned % speed run.
Oh my
I
god.
think it's Atlas, Uprising, Phil, and me.
I thought that. Okay, I'm an idiot. I thought that was Grace for a
It
second.
100%. Oh, believe me, I was confused too. I was like, it looks like Grace. Why is Grace guarded in this image of everyone being sick in IR?
Don't ask, I'm flexing.
Like, you're... Grace, I don't think you even existed when I drew this. Let's see here. Oh, this now means that all the various things of Goggles being rolled up, shouting about being deaf and having a knife have more.
They make sense now.
It makes sense now, yes. God. Sad Goggles. There it is.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them salmon.
I have a knife! Let me go! There it is. Go to bed, Kristen.
Go to bed, Kristen.
No, sir, I am death. I have a knife.
I do not like green eggs and ham. Yeah. Alex's just complete inability to fear anything was the source of so many potential jokes for Internet Remix.
There we go. Wake me up before you go. Wake me up, inside. Thank you, Candy, for this one. I love this one so much. I have treasured it for years, and now I get to share it with all of you. Let's see here. There's Potato Kristen, but we already showed Potato Kristen.
Oh, yes, of course. Potato
Potato.
Kristen's very important.
Potat.
Potato.
Trafkowski. I just saved shit posts that I've made. This very important thing. I looked up hats, and this was one of the first things that came up. Why does God allow bad things to happen?
I love how it's so cheap as well.
Right? It looks so bad. It's not worth the $1.70 it costs to get that printed, for sure.
God.
Oh yeah, and now this comic makes sense. Can I ruin you emotionally?
No.
But it was like, why isn't Alex in the Flux arc? Because I can't ruin him emotionally. He won't let me.
He's not allowed to be ruined emotionally.
Alex
No,
won't
stop.
let me ruin his. Very rude.
Can't be ruined emotionally when you have no emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah. I am the writer ever writing your bad end. No.
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 That's cute. Go to bed, Murder God.
I'm eons old. I am a separate character. Flux is a child. I'm an adult.
That's great. Go to bed.
Fuck you. We're separate characters. You can't tell me when to go to bed. Time's not real.
I give you 5 seconds to go to bed.
I can go to bed, Starlight.
No, first of all, no. In canon, no. Alex and Murder God do not have the sort of relationship where he can send her to bed. That's not how that works. You can't. Denied. Denied.
Denied.
Thank you for this lovely image, Steel. And that's it. Everything else is just. Oh, this very important image of Camp Streamic split.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Mom said it's my turn on the emotional trauma.
Mother said it is my turn on the emotional trauma.
Yes, now you guys have context for all of the shit that. Yeah, so a lot of this was hid because first we thought maybe we were actually gonna do something with it. And then it was hidden because, I know at least for me, in my case, I didn't want to talk about the Flux arc until, like, more of Murder God's stuff came out, because I don't know. I was irrationally worried if I brought up the Flux arc, people would be like, I'm seeing similarities. But we're far enough in that I think it's fine. So, it's fine. And down at the very bottom of my Doodles and Shit post is Sleepy Time Junction for some reason. Why is that here? I don't know. It's fine.
It's fine.
And this very important image of JoJo and Tex.
You can't hide from justice, JoJo.
It's fine. It's fine. MG pointing at Flux, what's this sassy lost child? Everyone, Murder God, you are the sassy lost child. Shush! I am an adult, okay? Listen, I am an adult and I'm a very serious character, unlike Flux, who is very...
I thought you were a baby, like literally.
I'm not a baby!
What is that? I thought I heard the cries of an adult, but it is actually a baby.
Oh my god.
Fetus!
Yeah, no, Flux is very different in her own ways. Like, she's a child having baby's first mental illness, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I had an existential crisis when I was 4 years old. Too.
Actually, I had an existential crisis at a very young age, so it's based a little bit on that. It's fine.
In that case, big mood.
High five!
High five!
Hey!
Heyo! Existential crises, gang, at 4 years old or about that age.
God. I mean, I'd ask if there are any other questions, but we have exactly 1 minute. Does anyone have anything else they would like to say before we close on this chapter of the IR Vault?
Cool stuff, bro.
Cool story, bro.
And then we made all this, and then we did DMP instead.
So glad we could finally finish the story. But we didn't. Fuck.
Yeah, we just sort of canceled everything, and like I said, threw a lot of it into DMP.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It's a Discord murder problem now.
It's a Discord murder problem now.
Murder guy walks in. This is mine now.
And in spite of how incredibly difficult DMP is, it's still much easier to make work than the original internet remix was. So at least there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Yay!
Alright, that is that. Everyone have a nice night. We will see you tomorrow for a chill stream, correct?
Correct. We're still working on the artwork of the characters for our little Feywild expedition, so instead I'm going to be playing Celasta, which is Dungeons & Dragons meets XCOM. I've never played it before, and I'm not great at XCOM. We'll see what happens.
Woo! Alright, see y'all tomorrow. Love you all. Bye! 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 Bye!
Goodbye!
Bye! Bye! Bye!